go or no?
I can't with you today.
It's just all the time. This guy.
Oh, I apologize. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode number 81 of the No Show, No Bucks Given right here on the Horny Goat YouTube channel and the Horny Goat Podcast Network. Listen.
It's all good, man.
You do you.
Hey, you do you, brother. You're good at you're good at this. That was funny. Go ahead.
I was about to say, like, by all means, if you would like to take over the...
No. I'm not picking on you. It's just funny.
I'm picking on you a bit.
I know.
That's because I'm a piece of shit.
Anyway, welcome to episode 81 of No Bucks Given. The show we talk about all sorts of stuff going on in the world that we decided that is important or stuff worthy to talk about here. We got most of the crew with us this fine evening, and of course you cool cats and kittens in the chat, which I always appreciated. We got the power couple, JP, Heather. We got Basement. How you guys doing this fine evening?
JP's having fucking trouble.
If he fell out, I would have loved to stream and piss my pants laughing.
Doing that, even though this chair is on wheels, I would have peed my pants laughing.
I wanted it to fall.
Is it bad that I kind of was like hoping for it?
Fall for me, baby. Both physically and emotionally.
Listen, fickers.
Don't be a dick ficker.
I'm listening.
Disappointed. So the I and the U are right next to each other. All right.
A lot of the keys are next to each other. That's how a keyboard works.
And I got fingers, and when I'm typing, I don't know if you read my post. When I'm fucking typing,
I've got fingers.
I don't fucking look at the goddamn. I'm not gonna go back and fucking autocorrect one fucking letter. If you don't understand that I'm saying fuckers, not fickers, I don't know what to tell you.
I've got fingers.
Oh, brother, this guy
I got fat fucking fingers, so I can't type on the thing.
All you said was just you got fingers.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't even look at what I'm writing. All right.
That explains a lot.
I don't
Mr. Worldwide.
Okay, so you look at the screen.
Hey, I do not look at I don't look at the letters. I read the thing, but if I misspell a word, I just keep right on fucking going.
That could
you go right on
hazardous at work. It could be hazardous at
You
work.
don't fucking like what I have to say.
No, it's not what you have to say. It's what you have to type.
Yeah.
It's what you're trying to say.
Otherwise, I can't understand a word worth of fic.
Fuck you.
Fick me.
What word? Fic me?
Hey, did you look at what you can do in Discord?
What can you do in Discord?
What's that?
You can name, like, you can put a status in there.
Under where it says goat pen.
Goat pen.
It says
listen,
fickers underneath
Oh,
it.
yeah,
Listen,
I saw that earlier. I was like, what the fuck? How'd you do that? That will stay there forever.
No, it won't. No, it fucking won't.
Listen,
You know what?
fickers.
I'm debating changing the name of this server to fucking this channel in the server.
Listen,
To Fickers.
You should call it Moother Fickers with a U.
Don't be a dick ficker.
what? Mother fuker? I'm done with you today. I can't.
You said it twice already. We haven't even gotten into the show, but
Moother Fickers.
yeah, it's a mother. You have to explain it.
No, you don't have to. You're all good, man. She just
I
did.
almost closed out of Discord entirely.
You still would have been on the call.
You guy, you.
Me guy,
We got wonderful people in the chat. We got Kratos. We got Lone Wolf. We've got Aru, Shinshu, and Alpha. What's going on, fam? Appreciate you guys coming in and popping in. Once again, remind, one time only. We do have super chats enabled. If you want to support the channel, completely optional though. We'll give you guys some love in either way. I don't know what the hell to talk about this evening because there's a good amount of stuff this week. I feel like the last couple of weeks have just been kind of.
Well, today alone there were 4
Weird.
stories that popped up.
Well, everything from last week
There
was
was
everybody
5.
dying.
I just didn't tell everybody that story.
So I guess we might
Dad,
as well.
look at the date. You said 4 things popped up. I said 5, but I didn't want to tell that story.
I get it. I get it.
I can't with you.
We
What stories are those?
had a lot of
Connor's
stories.
fancy, so.
Go ahead.
Now I'm really confused. What story are we talking about?
It's
don't know. You said there-
You are the one who needs to pick, Sir MC.
Fine. We'll start with CM Punk finally getting fired
I
by
wanted to
AEW.
have my last, but go ahead. Go ahead.
So,
Fuck that.
I don't think we need to go into the story because I think most of the people know at this point what the hell happened or what's going on. But
Give the gist of the story.
so between the brawl out that we've talked about before, and then apparently there was a altercation incident between him, CM Punk and Jack Perry, to the point where Perry got choked out.
Who cares?
And Tony Khan apparently also involved in some physical altercations. Just about a week later, after removed from that a massive show, CM Punk has been officially fired publicly.
Yeah. Well, fucking, it's about goddamn fucking time. I told fucking everybody, not you guys, but everybody that argued with me, oh, CM Punk's fucking, he's gonna bring fucking money, he's gonna work. I think he just literally killed AEW all by his fucking self. Every fucking promotion he goes to, he kills.
Except.
Well, WWE is a
Punk?
different entity.
I don't
The
think he kills
WWE
the
let
promotion.
him do it. The WWE let him do it. To the pipe bomb. I'm talking about the fucking pipe bomb. Because Vince is not stupid. He knew it was going to fucking make money. It was of the time. Anybody that sits here and says he's sitting on the fucking stage cutting a pipe bomb, do you think WWE will let that shit go? I mean, if it was real, everybody assumes that everything that CM Punk said has come to fruition. It is farthest from the truth.
There you go, Connor.
Tony Khan did the right thing. He should have never fucking hired the motherfucker in the first place.
So he did the wrong thing.
Well, yes, but in firing him was the right thing to do. Now, that being said, Jack Perry, same fate. I don't give a fuck how old he is. I don't give a fuck if he's one of the 4 fucking pillars. I don't give a fuck if he's the Young Bucks fans. Or buddies, whatever the fuck you want to call them. I don't fucking care. They all should be fucking fired. I've stated this. Tony Khan is a fucking idiot. He's killing his own fucking company by bringing in this guy.
Supposedly Perry, in multiple witnesses and investigators on it, everyone basically said the same thing, that Punk was the physical instigator, not Perry.
But the whole thing comes from the fucking... Okay, so here's what's really frustrating. This is why CM Punk doesn't need to be anywhere near a fucking ring ever fucking again. This is why WWE will not bring him in. This motherfucker, he was put in a position, and I understand that he shouldn't have been put in that position in the first place. Like, why are you going to CM Punk to tell him he can't do this? Apparently, CM Punk, because did we kind of talk about, like, CM Punk, he wanted to put, Jack Perry wanted to, him and Hooks at all in. Their match, I'm assuming, because they didn't fucking watch it, and I ain't gonna fucking waste my money on it. It's not even worth the fucking college courses. Just gonna say it. Wanted to suplex, they wanted to have a spot with a windshield. And they wanted to use real glass. Yes, it's gonna cut you the fuck up, I get it. But apparently, Jack Perry had said, it's real glass, so I don't care. And he ended up doing the spot anyway. Well, this all stemmed from that. And CM Punk said, no, you're not doing it, I guess. And I'm kind of jumping around, but then he did the spot. And he went to the back. Jack Perry walked by him, CM Punk, Phil fucking Brooks, fucking decided to say, you got a problem with me? Get it ready, Connor, please. You ready?
His silence is golden.
here's the thing.
I'm kind of retarded.
CM Punk cannot let shit go.
To that point, I do think there's something that we should talk about with it, because yet it seems like everybody in that company is like, if you're not part of this crew, you're part of that crew. And I think there's a lot of like people taking jabs at each other and just prodding each other. With the CM Punk thing, I remember hearing, and I don't know how true this is, but like his whole trip to Wembley, like he got off, no one was waiting for him to pick him up, and he went and took public transit to get to the stadium.
Yep, there's pictures of him with vans, yeah.
So it's kind of like they're it's the treatment you should get for getting in an altercation, but it does seem to be one way, because CM Punk and the Elite got into a fucking backstage brawl, unscripted. Yet you don't see anything really, no punishment being doled out for one side. At least none that.
So Lone Wolf, I'm going to tell you this: where WCW and AEW are different is the inmates really weren't running the asylum. Everybody assumes that's what was going on. Y'all need to go listen to Eric Bischoff's podcast, because he does explain it very well. Yes, he didn't have eyes on but the NWA,
Turner
Ric
killed
Flair
it.
was a fucking booker.
They had too much money and no brains.
Rhodes. So it's too many people with their hands in the pot making decisions, and that Eric Bischoff, Tony Khan has eyes on this whole fucking prize,
They never blink.
and he just doesn't care. It's not that Bischoff didn't care; it's that the station itself didn't want fucking wrestling, and he's like, well, I got to make these executive decisions. I think Eric Bischoff got in over his head and didn't realize it.
Yes. The one common denominator with everything that goes down with Punk is Punk, so he will have to shoulder most of the blame for whatever happens. Though I do think there's other contributing factors. Tony Khan, for sure, he's not a boss. He doesn't know how to fucking be a boss. He doesn't know how to manage people. He doesn't understand what the fuck he's doing. When he should fire someone, when he should reprimand someone, he does it like a tiny slap on the wrist. And then, of course, it comes back and shoots a load in his face. And then he becomes like, I'm gonna release statements all about this shit. Not only am I gonna release statements like online, in like word form, I'm gonna do an online video, and then I'm gonna do a fucking go on the stage during Chicago's event and talk to the fans that are gonna hate me for it. Why?
What really was weird about this whole situation with the firing?
Fucking scripted.
This is the weird thing about it. Is when Tony Khan said, "I feared for my life." What the fuck are you talking about?
CM Punk looks like a washed up fucking female hooker.
CM Punk, although yes, he was an MMA fighter.
Yeah, he got his ass
yes,
fucking
he could
destroyed.
probably kick my ass. But I'm fucking 50 years old and have fucking back and shoulder fucking problems.
Don't they have fucking security and fucking people in the back?
I saw a great comment that said, "Man, CM Punk making more fights than he did when he was in the UFC."
Yeah.
And he's losing them all here too.
I saw another statistic today too.
CM Punk, that whole thing is just proves that Jack Perry, CM Punk is choking out. He has no authority. He has no authority. And I don't know if Tony Khan, and this is what pisses me off about this whole thing. The whole thing we're overlooking here is Tony Khan. Yes, this is all Tony Khan's fault, but nobody is asking him the question, why are you letting CM Punk discipline fucking people?
Yeah, that made no sense. Especially with his track record.
Like, and I don't give a fuck, Jim Cornette, if you grab him by the fucking goozle and fucking choke him out. That if I'm gonna tell you right fucking now, if I am running a wrestling, which is what this is why you don't hear about this shit in WWE. Because they'll fucking fire them. They don't care. They don't care where you are on the fucking. Well, they might care for a couple of people, but
They'll try to work with somebody, but there comes a line where it'll be
and if
firing.
this is a recurring thing, this is what's frustrating.
The problem
the
is
least common denominator in this whole fucking thing that people are missing. Well, there's two. One is Tony Khan and one is fucking CM Punk.
I think one big thing with CM Punk too is I think he left with a chip on his shoulder as being bigger than the business, and with the fan support that he gets in like his hometown, and that he continues to get, kind of makes him think he's bigger than the business. And you can't ever allow someone's ego to get so large.
CM Punk thinks that he is the greatest thing that has ever happened in fucking wrestling. I really, honestly, truly believe that. Like, he can't be fucking touched. I will applaud Tony Khan for firing their biggest draw.
Which he really wasn't.
Which he really wasn't. He was the biggest name.
He was the top merch seller, though.
Yes, well,
they failed with him entirely.
That's fine. That just tells me that Tony Khan cares about nothing but money and playing with his friends, like Jim Cornette.
That's exactly true. But I do think with Jim Cornette, he's always going to probably side with the older school talent. I think he inherently hates AEW, so no matter what happens there, he's going to go against them. True. But when it comes down to it, like, CM Punk is a notoriously difficult talent to work with. This is why WWE fucking got rid of him.
Well,
and if they couldn't control him.
Triple H even said on the Broken Skull podcast that Stone Cold asked him flat out, what do you think of CM Punk? Triple H flat out said, he's a weird cat. Now, I mean, no disrespect to him, but I could hear from other people in the locker room that he's livid, he's this, he's that, and he wants to quit. But I could go talk to him and just get, no, there's nothing wrong, I'm fine.
Dude, so that's because he's afraid of Triple H.
I also think he's one of those guys that talks behind people's backs, and the word spreads and it gets to management, and then he's just mum. Because he's a spineless fucking bitch.
Triple H there was a time where Triple H was the locker room leader. Yes, The Undertaker was there. But right when John Cena was starting to become really big, Triple H was the locker room leader. And he did a really good job. You never heard. But then this whole pipe bomb thing, Vince made money off of it. It's the only fucking reason. Because I don't think think about it, people. People are just blind to the fact that, CM Punk, he had control. Like, Vince let him go out there. Cut that fucking promo, everybody. Think about that for a second. Did you see them cut the mic off when he did it? No.
I also think Vince would, if he could, turn anything into a money-making opportunity, which is what we kind of thought. I kind of thought with the original fucking backstage shit. And then the wrestlers were there's too many big egos in AEW because they couldn't they couldn't holster that shit to make money for the company that they're part of. Because if they could have made money off of that, they should have. The fact that they can't work or can't even be in the same fucking building with someone, what are you, 10?
Well, that's that. I don't know if that's all CM Punk on that. I mean, granted, he's
I'm saying all of them, the
VPs,
all of them.
I think it was Tony Khan trying to say, okay, let me see. And I know that Turner wanted more. This blows my fucking mind. We're 30 years, 23 years, 22 years, 20 almost.
It was 2001.
So 22 years. When they.
You gotta love that writer's strike.
Yeah.
That's why they're doing this, because it's a continual form of live entertainment that they're able to have the rights to. And
it's a huge fucking bonus for wrestling.
And I get that, but it's I understand why they're doing it. I just don't think that they kept them. They wanted to keep them two away, and they said, "Well, since we got to create this, we'll put CM Punk over there." But this is why it's just like
This is why he's not a. He's in my mind, he's not a boss.
No.
You can't keep fucking wrestlers separate that are pretty much on the same roster if they're ever going to be at a fucking pay-per-view together. So you're going to keep like your biggest name star, biggest merch seller away from the other fucking biggest names and have like 4 or 5 pay-per-views a year that are like actual pay-per-views where people have to pay $60 to see them. You're going to end up with fucking problems no matter what.
Yep.
He needed to handle it properly. And the whole thing where it's like, oh, he was supposed to meet with the fucking elite and they canceled it last minute. It just furthers like the fuckery of it all.
I'm gonna let Heather talk. She hasn't really.
Hey,
had a
Connor's in
chance.
the chat.
Yeah, I don't get a chance.
Well, I gotta go make another drink. Can people finally say JP knows what the fuck he's talking about? Because I said that this guy was going to be a fucking problem. And even if he wasn't the source of the problem, if that makes sense, but him just being there, he is so passive aggressive. You can tell he's passive aggressive.
Yeah, and that's why nobody likes him.
Say something out there to get a fucking pop. But you get him back fucking stage and he's crybaby back.
But the thing is, he's passive aggressive. He's basically like a bully grown up. He's passive aggressive, but he's so weak, thin skinned.
He's so holier than thou because of his whole straight edge image. That when somebody sits there and points out that no, motherfucker, you're wrong in this instance, he has to turn around. Oh, well, this person's basically verbally assaulting me. I need to do something about it.
But nobody's answered the question. And I know this is a rhetorical question.
So then there is no answer.
They're going back to the Tony Khan thing. Why is he allowing his talent to discipline people?
Now, if he actually fucking choked out fucking Jack Perry, that's fucking charges, literally.
Yeah.
Like, where's that?
And this also isn't why I think making talent EVPs is such a dumb idea.
Yes.
We knew it from the get-go with AEW. It's like the writing was on the wall, and I know there's a lot of people that like it. Whatever, you can't deny that they've basically turned their nose away from fucking actual business practices that work in favor of being like, no, we're going to be the company that changes everything.
And they just continuously do the same thing over and over and over again.
Side note too, I'm not sure if you guys heard about the story that came out over at Punk and Regal in AEW.
Yeah,
but
I feel
anyway,
like this is the same thing when like something happens with the celebrity figurehead, everything comes out of the woodwork. It's by the way.
Yeah, but again, I can believe it.
I can believe any of it, but
yeah.
I don't know if I will.
Regal is one of Triple H's guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they left amicably.
Well, he's back.
I know, but I'm saying when he first left, they left on amicable terms. Oh my!
Amicable.
Whatever.
They left on good terms, and because of that, William Regal is now back in the WWE to help his son.
I really don't know why he ever left, to be honest.
He's there working with talent, producing, So if you've kind of watched NXT, they're kind of going back a little bit to when he was,
the GM.
Towards the end of his GM run.
It almost seems like wrestling needs to have like a villain. For the longest time, it was Vince McMahon. Now it's fucking CM Punk / Tony Khan. It'd be hilarious if this was a fucking actual work, and it would be fucking ingenious, but also piss most fans off.
You know what's funny is that I had a weird sneaking suspicion that like right around the start of All Out, I'm like, wait, if this is a fucking angle, and then like something happens during the pay-per-view, like shit, that would not.
If they're trying to Vince McMahon Tony Khan, this is the way you do it. He doesn't show up in Chicago where he was supposed to be, and that's the perfect place to get heat for Tony Khan.
Well, that is not what happened.
No, he got heat, but it was more you're just a piece of shit who fired an innocent person kind of heat.
Well,
And
that's heat.
yes, but however, with the statement that he put out and how he looked and how he sounded as he spoke, it's going to turn into, oh, Tony's a little bitch.
Well, they did all out tonight, and they didn't.
It's a no-win situation.
The only reason I was like kind of, ooh, maybe it is because there's really no reason to go out on stage and fucking talk to the fans after releasing fucking. There's no reason to do any of it because
Hey, you could have waited after the pay-per-view.
you don't have to tell the fans
Announce
shit.
a surprise signing before a major fucking pay-per-view. But that's what they do.
Yeah, it's all backwards.
I'll be back.
Get out of here.
Yeah, considering
Fucking no.
considering that 10 minutes ago he was going to go so that I could talk.
Come back soon.
They continued to talk.
Come back soon.
Now, see, now you're in my shit. Here.
We can rewind the tape and see that, in fact.
I was sitting there for like 5 minutes waiting for you, but you wouldn't say anything.
But yes, this whole thing, if it does turn out to be a work, and all of a sudden they're trying to Vince McMahon, Tony Khan, you're going to see the ratings go from losing 100,000 to losing all 800,000 people.
It's like Larry David played Vince McMahon.
You know why? It'll piss people off so much because they can't tell a storyline anywhere else, and this one is too real. What? I don't care. I'll still never watch the show anyway. But
I don't watch it either. So we take college courses to see their events.
I've seen. I haven't actually. I don't know when the last time I've seen an AEW pay-per-view. What I see of AEW is what is shown online on Twitter of fucking John Moxley all the time bleeding.
So
that last one of fucking Billy Gunn and whoever that other fucking dude is. You would think with a guy who does that kind of dance move all the fucking time would have better abs.
No, Billy Gunn is about 70 years old and is super ripped. I have a feeling the wellness policy doesn't exist where he's from.
Well, actually,
are you unwell?
Billy Gunn, he's always been clean.
I do doubt that.
Road Dogg even said that, I forget who it was. It was on the Legends podcast with JBL. And JBL asked a certain question. I forget what the question was, but then Road Dogg had said, well, you know, Billy Gunn had put it perfectly one day when he told one of the trainers who asked where I was. Billy told them that I was put on this girl on this. He himself, as in Billy Gunn, was put on this world to look good, while Road Dogg was put on the world to feel good.
Billy Gunn is 60 years old.
Yeah, and has a daily workout routine.
Yep.
It doesn't matter. I don't think so. No way, no how.
What's the matter?
Billy Gunn.
Billy Gunn what?
You think he's 60 and natural?
Guy looks like
Thanks.
Tiger King right now.
I'm thinking, is he 60?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or at least close to it.
So,
all right. So
new protein mixes out there, man. It's amazing.
No way. I have 2% faith that he's taking anything that's giving him like that.
So Billy Gunn can't wrestle anymore.
Trios titles begs to differ.
It's not great.
So,
I've seen it.
He was really the greatest to start.
Well, he wasn't bad.
Real quick to rewind back on the CM Punk thing. Another thing I saw commonplace across the board was, you know, this all could have been avoided, and it's true. This stuff all could have been avoided, and to pinpoint like when this could have been avoided, it's probably around the time that Hangman Page did that promo and apparently pissed Punk off. But the one thing I noticed was almost like a commonality with all this, besides obviously Punk himself, is that like Punk's, and forgive me if anybody's mentioned this already, but like he is like really defensive / sensitive when it comes to like certain
And
things.
He's a
It's like
narcissist and a gaslighter.
He wants all the glory, but he doesn't. I don't know. This guy,
He's
It's never
he's
his
probably a
fault.
piece of
It's always
shit.
somebody else's fault.
it's always. I know what's best for business. He's doing what the fucking promo, and he's really trying to do it on AEW. I know what's best for business. You need to listen to me. This is how I think it should go.
now
CM Punk thought that and I think that this honestly, I really truly do. I think Punk thinks that he could fucking take over AEW.
Or WWE for that matter.
No, I think
He's basically the disgruntled employee, no matter how many promotions he gets.
Yep.
Which is a problem.
The only thing I'll say to this about him going to like, oh, now the question is, will CM Punk go to WWE now?
There's people that are clamoring for it again. Go ahead.
There's 3 things to consider with that. First is I have no idea about AEW's non-compete clauses. I don't know about them.
It's the same.
I'm assuming it's the same.
It is the same unless they negotiate differently.
So presumably we won't see him for another 90 days. So probably around like November, like no December.
Well, no.
I could see CM Punk versus John Cena at WrestleMania.
So it depends upon if they
match
fired
20
him.
years in the making.
If they fired him, they broke contract.
They did. They terminated him.
Yeah.
So there may be no non-compete clause, right? That was kind of my point.
Right.
The second thing to consider is obviously the shocking of like, oh, him being fired. Why would WWE? And this is I'm in the band camp of why in the fuck would they bring him back? He's clearly not worth it. I mean,
tell you why people are saying this, and I hear you, Connor. I know exactly where you're going. People want him to come on and do a fucking pipe bomb.
Yeah, but it doesn't. Like in the end, I think WWE's in a position where they don't necessarily need him.
Here's the hold on. Here's the thing.
Yeah. Go ahead.
In 1 month's time, the Endeavor deal is finalized, in which case Vince doesn't have control over WWE anymore. So Endeavor could pull a power card and bring in CM Punk. And for those people like, oh, they wouldn't give a shit. They were like, oh, they don't want that drama. They didn't give a shit about the Vince McMahon. They didn't give a shit about Vince McMahon's drama so much so that their deal was a contingency that he was a part of it. So
right.
Never say never.
I'm not.
I'm saying that if there's a chance, it's like 20% or 15%. Like the chance is not high in my mind.
No, but Triple H, I'm sorry, but
go ahead.
Triple H said on one of those quarterly meeting calls, because somebody asked, and he said, if somebody wants to make that call, we can have that conversation and we'll take things from there. However, it takes both parties to be interested.
So that was Triple H talking to CM Punk, telling him, you want to resolve this, you need to give me I don't have to fucking call you. I'm bigger than you are. You call me.
I mean, in some way, you can almost see, like, just thinking of who CM Punk is, you could almost see going there to spite AEW, even though he went to AEW to spite WWE.
But the kicker of this now is like that was then. This is now. Now things have changed with the company where Endeavor will be the majority shareholder. They'll be the ones in control. So if, and this is a big if, and it's a bit of a stretch,
go ahead.
If they wanted to, they could go, pull a power play and go above, letting Vince or Triple H know, or even like within their interest. So like, yeah, that holds true about the whole conversation thing. But I mean, it could be out of their hands.
That's for true.
So I will say this. Did you listen to the interview?
Gotta be more specific.
With Phil and McMahon.
The black mustache.
WrestleMania Saturday morning.
Yes.
You did watch that. You did hear that guy say, we will not. That is part of the $9 billion deal.
Vince
we
still has control
will not
on who...
step in on their creative.
Well, that's
Right.
creative.
So,
Doesn't mean who's
with
hired or
that
fired.
said, I think that if Endeavor asked Vince, what about bringing back CM Punk? Vince
Or Triple H.
can say no, and there isn't anything Endeavor can do.
That's technically not true. You're right about the creative, but that's creative. I'm talking about like
They
employment.
can hire CM Punk, but he's
I
just
wonder
never going to be on our TV.
who would be in
screen.
control of like talent acquisition. Is it like a joint effort?
It's Triple H.
Like it just in
Now-
general across the board, regardless. I'm sure there's like relations between Endeavor and WWE. Like they have fucking.
Well,
conferences and shit.
Endeavor is changing its name.
To
To
CM Punk.
devour.
No, I can't remember the name. It's something.
Put him up.
It's entertainment something. I can't remember.
Endeavor Entertainment.
Hold on,
Rebrand.
let me
No,
look. Oh god.
It's not Endeavor. Endeavor, they're changing their name. And I want to say it's. Shut the fuck up. You're such an asshole because I just called it.
What my basement just said. I'm just picturing the logo and then hearing the commercials. It'll only be on.
What the fuck? Renamed fifth season.
Hold on.
What does that even mean?
I don't think that's the same. That's not.
No,
That's
it's
not. I don't think
It's
that's
not. It's
Endeavor
not what
content rebrands as fifth season. Oh, no,
Oh.
this is the fifth season of something else. This is a stupid ass fucking.
Oh, okay.
Officially
A
changed its
si-
name to fifth season. What the fuck?
I'm looking to see what the name changes.
No,
in
this
a
is some show.
What
Endeavor Company.
UFC. Because it's just UFC and WWE under the same company.
WWUFC. Woof.
Okay, we're all searching for it now.
I think about the. TKO Group.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
that's it. Yeah.
I actually don't mind. I don't like group. But I
Technically
like
knocked
TKO.
out group.
That's exactly what
Yes,
it is.
it's
I'm getting
exactly.
there.
That's what they're naming it.
So
Isn't TKO already a brand?
Endeavor owns. I wouldn't say they own WWE.
They're shareholders.
They're shareholders.
I mean, I would.
They own
I mean,
my
I
soul.
would love to own them, but I
All right,
don't.
if you're under 40, you're all fired.
Well, there goes 95% of your fucking roster.
You're dead? I don't think so. Get back to wrestling.
Hey! You're still
We'll
punched.
see. We'll see what happens with WWE, but
I think he's just gonna go crawl back into his home and
The guy-
say, fuck it, I tried.
Well, he
apparently-
made millions of dollars to do fucking jack shit on
Very-
AEW.
I'll be very
apparently
shocked if it doesn't be.
he's rich because he did other things off to the side, not just of his AEW deal. Apparently, he owns a business. I don't know what the fuck he owns.
You know, if he ends
But-
up anywhere, why not like fucking Impact? I guess they might not be able to afford him, but wouldn't he be on like one of those other fucking shitty ass wrestling shows?
No, because it's still partnered with AEW.
No, TNA isn't, not anymore.
There you go.
He goes to NWA.
Oh yeah, and it would take
He
over for
could.
fucking Pterodactyl.
He could.
Somebody
No,
call
Tyrus
your
lost the
mama.
belt. Tyrus lost the belt.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
he
saw
retired.
that.
Well, he
fucking,
retired from wrestling. He
I
retired.
saw some of that, and I was like, "Good lord, he can hardly move."
Yeah, but
It was
he
terrible.
retired. He lost the title and then retired.
It was absolutely atrocious.
Hey, you know what? If you listen to him, he's kind of entertaining.
I think that's fine, but he can't move with a damn.
I hear you, but he's pretty whimsical, man.
world-
If you
a
ever
world
heard him
champion
talk
he is
on
not.
Fox News, man,
That's probably where he's gonna go.
well, he's already there.
But I mean, like permanently.
Oh, like he was already there.
No, well,
Like yes,
No, he was already there.
somebody
He
call your
was-
mama.
He was one of the co-hosts of the show. He wasn't just a a celebrity.
I thought it was just
whatever.
like a guest on the show.
But he was already there.
He was there every day.
Somebody,
worldwide.
somebody call your mother.
Dale.
But somebody call your mother. But no, I didn't hate him.
He's a bad wrestler. That's all I'm saying.
I don't disagree. I do not disagree with you. I'm talking about he was entertaining, which is all I give a shit about. Just entertain me, man.
I could go on an hour and a half long rant about the crash and burn that is NWA now, but that's for another time.
Yeah, it's a burning.
You don't
hole
want.
of
I
hell.
don't watch Cox News. Sorry, had to.
Dun-dun-dun,
No,
dun-dun.
I'm not telling you have to, but you do need to check out when he's quick tongued. Is all I'm saying.
Watch
not
all
saying, man,
Cox news.
Bro,
I don't really watch any news. It's all
Tyra's
shit.
pretty entertaining, man.
Same.
What are we talking about? We're still talking about what we were talking
We're
about.
done with
Tyra.
CM Punk. I think we've beaten him to the earth.
No, we haven't, because there's more.
Nope, not yet. I still got more.
Okay, we'll continue.
No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. So, fuck's up with Mitch McConnell? Is he zombie ghost? What's fuck? He's flatlining live on the air.
He's not flatlining, but he needs to retire, man. Like,
I
The
don't
fuck
know.
is
I don't know how they're
Look, you all old fucking 95-year-old fucking politicians. Just go home.
He
Go
looked
spend
dead.
time
He looked
with your
literally dead.
family. Just go home. Be a grandparent. Be a,
Dirt.
Well, I don't think be a
Take a
fucking
nap.
statue at your own house. You fuck. What's up, Steve Callan? No, I just
just go home. It's okay.
I just don't understand. It's a team of people behind him where they just cart his fucking living corpse out. And it's
Yeah,
like
they're
he's gonna answer
animatronics.
questions now. First question, it's like I think questions are done, sir. And they wheel him away. They lead him off somewhere. He's obviously fucked completely mentally.
You're fucking bl-
I just love that. Like, he's obviously fucked.
2 times in a row. How much? Like every time this guy shows up in the public, he's like, "Oh God, I need to reload myself."
Yeah, so bad. Yeah, Kratos, I did get that. We're gonna be talking about that actually in a little bit. But man, it's bad.
It's
Yeah.
bad. This is bad, but it's not just him.
Mitch
It's
McConnell.
like the
Oh,
fucking
Mitch
ancients.
McConnell?
Get rid of the ancients.
It's just like go home. It's
See,
okay.
everybody that's fucking like the thing is like you get some of these younger candidates and they just get brushed aside, and then you get all these fucking old dust bags that are obviously like most of them, 99% of them, career politicians, which means they're crooked as fucking day is long.
Yes.
Exactly.
I go home.
That should be,
So what I'm getting is-
JP runs for president. Everybody else, just go home.
So what I'm getting this is from the former NWA World's Champion JP is to go home.
We
Nothing important will happen. He'll just be champion. You know.
Oh my God, Kratos! That's exactly what I put in the description.
So, I mean, the memes have been fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
God.
the best one I saw was somebody put like the AOL dial-up modem noise in the background.
I don't. I do find them funny. I do find them funny. I just find.
But
it
he's also
tragic
like
that-
he's fucking dying in front of us.
I don't want to see it. Just go home.
All right, let me throw
And
this
I
out
don't think
there.
he knows how to move anymore.
What
Just
what
go
is-
home. He just stands there
Go ahead,
rocking back and
Hunter.
forth.
Yeah, I don't think he knows where home is. What would you say would be the youngest age you would see somebody in Congress or presidency or whatnot? What do you think the youngest age should be?
I feel now is the time
Not
when you're
oldest.
talking about
youngest.
term limits of 67 at most, at the oldest, and
I'm
then
with
forced
that.
retirement.
I would say 30 years old.
No, that's
No,
too young.
30 years old getting in. He said
Is
getting
it
in, not.
I think it's
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
it's
that's-
35
No,
for
I know what
presidency,
you
right?
mean. That's too young. I would want at least 45.
But he said
think
getting
it's
into Congress, not.
Yeah, any of the across the board. Let's say any big political.
I would say
position.
you should be like an understudy or something. They should have programs available for people looking to get into politics to like
Well,
apprentice.
That's the way it's supposed to be. You're supposed to start at the lower level of local government and then work your way up.
I think 35 is probably the right age. I feel like that's when most people
All right,
have
so
some
you
of their
want to
shit
know
figured
how
out.
old you have to be to run for Congress?
Okay.
I think it's like
Well,
30.
I know
So there
presidency is
there's an age
35.
limit you have to reach first.
I have it right here.
All right, perfect.
Article 1, Section 2, Clause 2. No person shall be a representative who shall not have attained to the age of 25.
That's how they
Wow.
wrote it? What the fuck? Attained to
So
the
you
age
have
of
to be-
25?
You
They're
have
trying
to be 25 in order to run for Congress.
I attained it. Got it.
Like, why do they have to write everything so fucking confusing? You have to be 25. You have to have attained the age of 25. What is this?
This was
Fucking
written back
Elder
in, like,
Scrolls? For fuck's
1900s.
sakes?
Yeah,
Close to it.
basement. That was written in like 17.
38.
No,
1738.
no, we
Yeah,
got
the whatever, 25. I think that's too young. I think people are too dumb at that age. Sorry for anybody that's young. I was young at that point, and I was dumb, and most people I knew were dumb. I'd say you do start. A lot of people start hitting their strides around 30 to 35. That's where I'm
So
gonna
Frank,
land.
Frank in the chat joining us. He said you have to be 35 to run, but I say after 70
No.
you should not be allowed to hold any
It
sort of.
is-
position.
I'm with that 100%.
25. It is
But that's
25.
Congress.
But you
You
can't
have
be
to
president.
To
President-
be Congress, to be president? No, you got to be like 40.
I think it's 30, I think it's actually 35.
35
I
is the
looked it
minimum.
up like a month or two ago.
Yeah, he just
35
corrected
then.
himself. 35 to run for president.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because I just looked it up. It's 25.
Well, no, I was just curious because I knew that one. I wasn't sure how.
Then again, I think
Lone
like
Wolf,
the
Lone Wolf
perfect
fucking nailed it.
the perfect president age is probably like 50.
Lone Wolf fucking nailed it. You have to be
I can
25
agree
with
with
10
that.
years experience.
Yeah,
I
well,
will
that's 100%
say
true.
You should probably, and I don't know where they get their numbers from. Whatever. Because at the age of 25, your brain.
You're not
should
there. I don't think.
Fully, your brain should have fully matured
Sure,
to actually
Yeah,
absorb.
but the world
36
doesn't
year old
really
can
make.
confirm this.
I don't think the world is churning out 25 actual people that are mature. The world has changed over time, and I think that like the new 25 is 35. I actually think like maturity comes later in life in terms of like managing all your fucking shit. A lot of people
Agreed.
use their 20s to just fucking go crazy.
I don't know.
Well, if this Harry Sisson kid is any example, we know for sure that's true.
Plus, a lot of people that I see online that are in their 20s are super impressionable, and they're so like they're kind of stuck in their stances. They
Can you
don't
stop calling
have.
me out,
You're not that age.
Oh yeah,
Now.
state level. I seen that too.
But that's the way it's supposed to work.
Right.
You're supposed to get in at local government level and work your way up
Mm-hmm.
He was.
so that you get
Go ahead.
the experience and learn how to do your fucking job.
So that's what
However,
you need.
There are then the people that sit there and say, "Oh, well, this is not a nice and cushiony job. I will do everything in my power to stay here until I literally die in my seat."
The problem is with
Dianne
somebody
finds
that's 19 years old getting into politics. I feel like you if I want a leader, I have to know a leader understands what it's like to do fucking shit work, understands what it's like to fucking crawl your way up. And if you're 19 sitting in politics, that's boring, but it's not fucking grueling and shitty and people like treating you like crap. Know who you're going to be governing. Know who you're going to be leading.
If it's local, then yeah, it's shitty.
I think there's a lot worse jobs.
Well, there are a lot worse jobs, but you know what? Sitting in local government and actually being amongst the people where the people can actually reach you, it's a lot worse than being
Well, I
president
just don't
or
know
senator
what-
or Congress.
I'd have
can tell you
I'd have
if
to
I
think of what like I don't know the job description of these people or what they get.
I feel like the president right now.
All I know is we got here from Mitch Mcconnell. He's dead already. Let's just fucking say it.
I just don't want it. Go home.
You ever notice that you never see like him and George Lucas together at the same place at the same? Anyway,
I don't even outside of the jowls, they look. One has a beard. He looks like the fucking creature from Pan's Labyrinth, 100%.
no, I meant that like he built an animatronic from like Star Wars.
Oh.
That's operating. It's McConnell.
In the latest video of Mitch McConnell, he's looking more like the Crypt Keeper.
Dude, I'm pretty sure I saw his blood move. Like I could see it.
You guys know the
Yeah.
Pan's Labyrinth fucking hand thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly. Like, you look at this man's face, 100%.
So
I actually love that creature's design.
If you were to put Bob Barker and Mitch McConnell next to each other, you couldn't tell them apart.
How old is this guy, Mitch McConnell?
I
think he's like 80.
I think.
Mitch McConnell? He's like 84.
There we
Okay.
go.
No, is he?
He's older than Biden.
I thought he was older than. Hold on. Oh, he's 81. Holy shit.
I mean, if you put him and Biden up together, it's just like, oh god, it's not good.
It's not Biden together. It's like, what are we talking about?
I just want to put them in a room and listen to the conversation.
God,
Biden mumbling
now I know why Mitch McConnell. Now I know why Mitch McConnell just looked like he always did. He's somebody's talking to him. He's just off in a wow butterfly.
Yeah, Biden
where
would
I'm
be
at right now.
mumbling, and Mitch McConnell would just be moving back and forth slowly. It'd be amazing.
You know what I saw that was really great on TikTok was people were basically saying Mermaid Man from SpongeBob is Joe Biden.
Yes, I agree with that.
And the more I watched it and the more episodes with him I watch, I'm like, fucking, it's spot on.
Yes.
Who looks like?
Not looks like, acts like.
Who acts like Joe Biden?
Mermaid
Man from SpongeBob.
The guy with the fucking starfish on his
I'm gonna
face.
show you clips.
Yep.
Now, to Texas' point, yes. Or sorry, not Tex. Frank. Yes, there are people that are 75 and 80, and they're fucking great.
Yep.
But the chances get drastically lower the older you get to be completely competent in everything you can do.
Time not on the side.
I think once they hit 67, they need to go through competency tests.
Well,
But I also feel
every
like
year.
having people work into their
I'm just
80s.
I'm gonna amend that, Heather, and say that I don't give a fuck how old you are. I'm gonna do a mental capacity test on you.
Yeah, but
AOC.
then you're gonna get into like fucking some sort of like, is this legal to do? You have to be compassionate. Some stupid bullshit.
You're running our fucking government, asshole.
They don't care.
Fuck yes,
They don't.
it's legal.
Nobody cares. The government is the fucking softest bunch of pussies in the world.
Yeah,
When it comes down to age, the other thing that you have to take into account with age is you have to leave your post so someone else can take it. If you're working that job for fucking 70 years, you're literally taking some of that job away from somebody else. Most of them get paid a ton of money. And after 67, 70 years old, if you feel like you don't want to give up your job, then you either don't have anything else to do. Some people just live for the job they have. But if you're living for politics, you're probably the fucking spawn of Satan.
You're 100% right.
So on that note, this is going to be a horrible transition. So this is I'm waiting for this to crash and burn.
Go ahead.
You know, somebody once told me the world was going to roll me, and ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. On that note, lead singer is almost dead.
Lead singer of Smash Mouth died.
No,
he's
not
almost
yet.
dead.
He's on his deathbed.
He's in hospice
Oh,
He's got
for
a
his
week
rock
left.
star lifestyle.
he's all right.
No, that's the opposite of being all right. He'd be the worst fucking caregiver in hospice.
He was entertaining. This music here, I listened to this music when it
Walk it
first
off.
came out.
So
Like,
outside of
go
that
ahead.
song, what other song did he sing?
I don't fucking.
Walking on the Sun, which was their debut song. I'm a Believer from Shrek.
Is that all part of the
All-Star
same
from Rat
album?
Race.
No.
No.
No, he
These are
did.
there was one in Shrek. There was a song in Shrek.
Mystery bed.
He did. They did. I'm a Believer and
Get Out of My Swamp.
in Shrek.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Believer and fucking
I'm in hospice.
Oh, Jesus.
All Star is for Mystery Men.
whatever.
And also in a bunch of fucking commercials and other shit.
Mm-hmm.
It is
They
a-
also had a song in Rat Race, which was
Mm.
also All Star.
Kind of remind me of like Green Day.
They were
I
the
li-
better version in my opinion.
I mean, Green Day. I will argue that Green Day was not bad when I first started listening.
Yeah, Green Day was good, and then they came out with the song "American Idiot."
Well, American Idiot. Wow.
I just feel like they make
I have a couple
songs.
of good songs.
A lot of the songs are just really
it's pop
marketing
emo.
friendly.
It's
Yeah.
pop emo.
What Green Day did, I'll say this real quick, and then what Green Day did was they tried writing a story by selling it musically. That's what that
Or am
American
I?
Idiot did. It was horribly done. But this here, yeah, I loved listening to these guys. Like if
Yeah,
I
they're not my favorite band, obviously, but
no,
They
but
were
if
never in
I
my wheelhouse, but I respect it as decent enough music. It was really good commercially. It's really good commercial music.
I was about to say it
is
was
the way
like
I'd say
it was like I think this song was like on the cusp of like memedom, right when memedom took off. Like I saw a lot of like memes involving this song, like All Star for whatever reason, just became like cornerstone internet fodder that I would say.
it
The
sucks,
guy
it
always
sucks
looked like
that he
Bam
that sucks.
Margera and fucking
Yeah.
Val Kilmer combined.
That's quite a combination.
It sucks,
Oh,
man.
we should rewatch the Viva La Bam.
He's a pretty good singer. I hope that he gets what he needs, and
He's gonna die.
I understand.
He's
But
talking
it's
about the closure. For
It's a
him.
He does.
yeah. It's just foregone.
But yeah,
conclusion.
the first song I heard from them was actually their debut song of "Walking on the Sun," and I liked them since then.
They were very much of that era.
So
Yeah.
I'm kind of seeing a comeback with this music. I've been listening to I've been commercials.
Like pop
and they're
rock
playing that.
Hold
never
on.
left.
I need to know it. I need to know what he's
They
listening
brought
to.
that song back
That
as a commercial.
the lead singer from that group had to stop singing because he developed polyps in his throat.
Yeah, but no, but I'm just saying that type of music is making a comeback, I think.
I don't think it ever left.
The music world needs a change.
But pop rock, which is kind of what
think
it is, I don't think it ever
think-
left.
Agreed.
No, but it has gotten
It got pushed to the wayside for fucking WAP.
Yeah.
Like honestly, what
people call
rap
pop
is
rock.
what rap is today is pop
Yes.
and shit.
Yeah.
Rap's
Shit.
heyday only lasted about 15 years in my mind.
Bring me back the bands like Limp Bizkit. Fucking, I will even take Crazy Town at this point to do fucking rap rock or rap pop music.
So I
I did it all for the Nookie.
I wouldn't
The
so
Nookie.
much say that I'm just this huge cute rock fan. I mean, I didn't really listen. Heard it, whatever. Metallica is my band. They have been, both me and my brother
Great
just
choice.
and love them. But they did a Kid Rock did a show. That kind of music. It was a different style of music. I kind of liked it, but it's and then he's like, I'm gonna try this in country music, and it's like, oh my god, this guy.
He had to stick with his like combination of rock, country, rap that he had going on.
Yeah,
That was kind
it
of
was
his
entertaining at first, and then it just got too commercial.
I usually like bands that kind of combine sounds. When they're just one type, I find they get very boring.
You must
very
love
fast.
Linkin Park then.
I did like Linkin Park, but they were so overplayed.
Yeah, they
that
were.
they played to death.
They took what Limp Bizkit was trying to do and made it better.
They did.
Well, Linkin Park had a good series of albums, but the problem is when Linkin Park was out, I think I was working at McDonald's and it was on replay every fucking day. And I was like, I can't listen to this anymore. That's what it was. That was the song constantly playing. And I'm like, they're fucking flipping burgers and wanting to kill myself.
I enjoyed
Memories.
I enjoyed that song though.
The songs are good. Linkin Park has a very good discography. It's just
a shame Chester couldn't hold on until the release of their next
he was
their fifth album.
Like actually as he was like his voice is fucking incredible for a singer. Like I never realized it.
And
Well,
he was
so,
actually in the mode of transitioning to a more softer sound for his voice.
yeah, I know what
But
you're talking about.
he just couldn't hold on long enough.
So the
for it to be
the
released.
guy whose voice really impresses me is Sully's. Is that right from Godsmack? The lead singer?
Yes.
That
Yeah,
fucking
I like him too.
fucking
Some
so
really
good.
Some really special voices out there.
He Godsmack with his music.
For you, it's I'm fucking butchering
He
it,
could
but
do that. He could do the death metal, but you could fucking understand what he was saying.
That's where like death metal loses me when people are
Well-
screaming at me. I fucking come from a customer service background. I don't need to fucking relax by listening to someone yelling at me.
So, a friend of mine turned that on, and I'm like, we're driving down the road, and I like hard rock. I was into heavy metal. I was in
I'm right there with you.
big '80s hairs bands like Motley Crue.
The big
all them
80s hair
guys.
bands are all good.
But it developed into death metal, and it did. And so my friend put it, and all it is like, all I got out of it was,
Yeah,
So I
not for
have to
me.
admit that one of my favorite bands falls in that category with System of a Down.
But
You can actually understand
but you can
them, though.
understand
Yeah,
now.
that's true.
But the funny thing was, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what did he just fucking say to me? And my friend just repeated
it's-
everything that he fucking said to me. Like,
it-
you can understand that?
It's like when
if I can
that-
understand what they're saying, then I like it. If I can't, then it's just loud noises.
I could still depending on the noise I can get behind it.
You know who is really fucking good right now? Have you ever heard of the band Ghost?
No,
No.
all I can think
I think
of is
they're on
fucking
K-pop.
Patrick Swayze.
They are, yes, they're, I would say they're on borderline devil worshippers.
They are
Oh.
very macabre.
But
Ghost?
it is very good music.
Have you seen
He does a rendition of like Jerry Jones, the guy that killed all those people down in Jonestown.
There's a rendition of that?
That song is so fucking mesmerizing. It's like, I will follow this guy anywhere. It's really good.
have you guys heard of baby metal?
I have.
It already sounds like shit.
It's a wonderful thing. It is a wonderful, wonderful thing.
Baby metal?
Baby metal. It is
It's
basically
Eastern metal.
it is
Mm.
Like
K-pop.
little K-pop girls?
Uh-huh.
Yep, but it's heavy metal. It's actually really fucking good.
So another band,
I honestly no. I can't.
another
I
band
can't
that is,
bridge that gap.
I can't understand what they're fucking saying to me, but The Who is another fucking band.
Well, that's because
Who?
they're singing in Mongolian.
They're
That's
singing,
why you
they're
can't
Mongolian
understand them.
rock.
Wait, who?
Are they the fucking like throat
The
guys?
Who.
It's the word
Who?
the and HU.
Yeah.
They are Mongolian heavy metal band, and they sing in traditional Mongolian throat music.
Yeah,
really
the
good.
throat music. You know what? That had like a huge heyday in the fucking movies and TV shows and things like Vikings and like any Viking inspired thing. They just went with it.
These guys, if they were to do Mortal Kombat, I would just
They are.
fucking
Wait, is
blow
it
their
the-
fucking
They're
mind.
gonna have a
That'd be
song in Mortal
perfect.
Kombat. They also have songs in The Last Jedi, the game, and Jedi Survivor.
You said it's WOHU, right?
No, I know,
Yes.
I know of them.
Their
I've heard a
music,
couple
you
of their
can't
songs.
understand it.
One
But it's
song.
really
if
good.
Yeah,
you're
there's
looking
one
up
song
on
that's used a lot where it's like, I can't say it. Can't do it,
Yeah,
but
I'm
it was
checking out
like
Wolf-
it goes to a
Wolf
really good beat,
Totem.
a drum beat.
Hold on. I
If
think
you're
this is
looking them
not-
up, the one song you want to look up is either UVU or
Sad
Wolf
But-
Totem.
They did.
I'm
They
on Wolf
redid,
Totem right now.
they redid Metallica's "Sad but True."
I saw it. I just saw that on here too.
When you listen to some of their songs, I swear you'll think you've heard it because they're in just in a ton of movies.
Yeah.
Actually.
But
You
they
know,
would
and that
be
movies that were
so-
made in the last 10
that
years.
they played would fit in so well with Mortal Kombat.
It does. I agree with that.
Who?
Shut up.
Yes, I'm fucking gonna kill you.
Stab you through the heart with spear, and then, while this music is playing,
Who?
for some reason we'll both be naked.
I mean, that was bad.
So yeah, but that's the kind of music I've been. If I'm to listen to music, or if I'm having a They
Ooh,
were.
okay.
I'll let Heather. Heather wants to get her 2 cents in.
All right, just make my dick wiggle. All right.
I all for like.
So you know what's interesting is
I'll listen to me some Alba.
I've
You mean ABBA?
ABBA. Yeah.
I like Alba actually.
Fuck.
ABBA because I'm fucked up and I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But go
ABBA's
ahead.
Alba album.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
that's a fucking tongue
You know-
twister.
No habla.
You know, a foreign band is getting good when they have members of other bands joining with them to do English versions of their songs.
Oh yeah,
Shit.
They're playing
do
it.
that. shit too.
Jacoby fucking from Papa Roach redid.
Oh, I saw
Wolf
that.
with them.
I saw that.
Did you
It's
guys-
so good,
Lizzie Hale did "Song of a Woman."
and I
with
love
them.
that song. I'm
I-
telling
So
you.
I love when these like odd artists collaborate
yeah,
in
it's the
like
best.
what is probably the best. Like I just love different versions or different genres of music smashing together.
Leffy, you son of a bitch!
So
I'm old and decrepit.
what I was gonna say was I've heard other versions of like different songs or things like this.
Much love, Slap. Go
love
ahead.
Alba. Alba's the best. No, I've heard like different things like this where they mix in like other cultural
Didn't Eva come
instruments.
back?
sounds.
Sorry.
Fucking-
I love Rob Zombie's music.
Abba did come back. They made a new album.
I love me some Rob Zombie. I'm sorry. Oh, I love me some Rob Zombie. I could talk
Oh,
about
fuck.
music, but I'd be talking about old school music.
I love
Speaking of
old school
music,
music.
sorry, just a random memory. I remembered Rob Zombie was in Twisted Metal 4 as a playable character, and I remember I want to download those games.
There's
Yeah,
only one and
PlayStation.
two.
I don't give a shit. Those are the best ones, aside from
don't-
Black. That's
I think 2 and Black are the best. 1 is alright.
well, that's the stage. But yeah, it's not 3 and 4 for God's sakes. Jesus Christ, 3 and 4 was. Whoa. Anyway, speaking of which, PlayStation's fucking hiking up their shit.
Are they?
30% price range
Oh,
all
fuck
across
my
the board for
ass,
PlayStation
man.
Plus.
They better kiss me before and wine me and die me and take me out for a steak dinner
Yeah.
before they
We're not
fuck
gonna
me.
be able to
Jesus
afford to play with them
Christ.
anymore, and you're not gonna be able to play online.
Why are they doing this?
Because they're
Super
Super
fucking
chats are
bitches.
available, folks.
Yeah.
Super
Well,
chats are available.
It's at 30%. Well, we did the internet, so
I just resigned my fucking thing in August, so I got the old
I think it was
price, so I'm
Yep.
good for the
Good
year. But after that, I'm dipping down to the middle tier. I looked at it,
That's
and
where we're at right now.
the top tier, what it really gives you is game trials, which nobody fucking cares about
No.
for the most
Okay.
part, and it gives you access to the old library, which is where you're gonna find like Twisted Metal and that stuff. That is for me useless because maybe there's a game or two I might play, but it's.
I was about to say it depends on
worth
the
it.
library. Like
Yeah,
it would
yeah,
really
yeah.
have to depend on
There
that
was one
library.
game that Shredder's Revenge for us to play with you. We had to go up to middle tier.
Yeah, but that is new. That game is new at least. This is like PS1, PS2, PS3, I think classics that they hide behind that like higher tier. For me, it's not worth it. I'm definitely going to the middle tier, just to get. It's still not worth it, man. Like okay, so this change that happened with PlayStation Plus also came with the announcement of the new games, which are all shit.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Oh, by the way, we're hiking up the price and to deliver on quality." Meanwhile, the games they released are the 2 lowest rated games of the year, I think.
Oh man, Xbox is looking better and better.
Well, they're going to be the same price as fucking
I
Xbox is
know.
actually more expensive, but in
know.
my mind, you do get more. The problem is with Xbox is you don't have guarantee on getting the ability to play a lot of games that are gatekept by PlayStation and a lot of good games. Xbox for the longest time was trying to buy like the library of like Call of Duty, I think it was Call of Duty, Bethesda, some of the big game companies. For me, I never want to play a Call of Duty game again.
No.
So I think
Why not?
for what they're buying is
Top
not
Hunt for life.
games that I want to
I'm fucking
play.
kidding. I'm
What
fucking.
is
They looked
aside
offended.
from Top Hunt, the only other thing that Call of Duty is offering right now is a 4th rendition of a
Oh,
game
shit.
they released 40 fucking years ago.
Wait,
And Cardi B as a playable
Yeah,
character.
or you can
Not
play a
Cardi B,
Sold.
not.
Snoop Dogg and Cardi B, because
Shevin,
that's
take
what
me.
people play Call of Duty for.
Hold
You
on.
remember when
I got it.
Cardi B entered World War II?
if you could give me Modern Warfare, the original Modern Warfare, on multiplayer online, you give me hardcore mode. That would be worth it to me. Hardcore mode, for those of you who don't remember, is when you would shoot the fucking player and then everything was so sensitive that their body would stretch out over the entire fucking map and it broke everything.
Just
And it
got
was
that.
phenomenal.
They patch that.
No, God fucking damn it. That was the best part of the game for me. Because my
I feel
cousin and
like
I would
it's
play
just
for
too
like hours
expensive.
on end trying to like see like what can we break?
Gaming is becoming, because everything in the world is becoming so expensive, gaming has become too expensive.
Yeah.
Not only is the console like what was it, $600 or something like that.
Yeah.
That's once you have the console, you have access to everything. Or do you? Because now you have to spend $160 a year.
As it's behind another fucking paywall.
You have to spend $160 a year to play a roulette of games you don't even know what you're is gonna be available. Or
Suckers,
you spend
we-
$100 to fucking
They
play a
stole
game
it
you
from us
want.
in our wheel of garbage.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
so true.
The funnier part about it is a lot of games that they put on PlayStation Plus, which is a platform they created so that you can play online with your fucking friends, are single offline player games.
I think
Yeah,
you are going to see a change in gaming in the next couple of years to really promote more co-op gaming experiences, but it's going to come at the price tag of a full PS5 game, which
What I was about to
for
say was,
some
you know what they'll
reason
do is
it costs more than a PS4 game, even though
They'll
there's no physical copies anymore.
they'll re-release classics, right? With like no upgrades to everything. The only thing they'll upgrade is an online capability. And you know it's gonna be like bare fucking bones. It's gonna crash all like for example,
Scott Pilgrim Against the World.
let's say
Yeah, well,
yeah,
there's no playability for that.
Yeah. Well, like no, like it would be like the equivalent of like, okay, we're gonna re-release the original Twisted Metal. The graphics will still be the same, but we have online capability. That thing will fucking like explode
But guess what?
before you eat.
No online capability. We can't
Well,
work
that's what
that
I mean.
in.
Yeah,
We're going to charge you an arm and a leg for a game that's fucking 25 years old, and we haven't done anything to it. It's just the original experience, and that's all. If you want to play co-op, you have to do so in a couch version. The whole world's gone online. Fucking get with the times.
So
I hate
just
this
to make
fucking
sure,
shit.
just to make sure I'm clear. So when we do have our meetup, we need to bring like fucking 17 consoles with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking horseshit, man.
Saddle up. Leave your single shot at home.
All the different ones. Connor can bring his Xbox. We'll bring the PS5. Connor can bring both the Xbox and the PS4.
I feel
Basement,
like
you can reunite with your true love.
Oh my god, fuck that thing.
Get your sloppy seconds, you prick.
No, it served me well.
got
But
it
like
in the
the cost has become astronomical. Gaming is supposed to be accessible. It used to be like reading. People would be like, the comparison was, why are you playing games instead of reading a book? Now it's like I could buy a book for fucking $15. Well, even books sometimes are fucking super expensive. Or
Yeah.
I can play a game for $1,000.
Could you imagine the response today? You just said it. Kids sitting there going, "Aren't you supposed to be reading a book?" Well, I am reading, Mom.
Well, it was either Call of Duty or Eat for a
I'm
month.
reading the
so-
closed caption that they have for the guy speaking to me.
You know what? There's a bunch of games that are basically fucking books anyway. There's
Yeah.
like
No shit.
when I grew up playing any RPG was like reading a novel anyway, with graphics included, because there's fucking thousands
some
upon
those
thousands
old
of words
Star
of
Wars
dialogue.
games, you were fucking
Oh,
glued
yeah.
to the screen
Any
for
game that's like
15 minutes.
like legit RPGs now, you'll be fucking reading everything under the sun.
Dude, that's one of the reasons why I couldn't get into them. They're,
I
like,
love 'em.
I
I
just
love them. Give it to me.
What I loved is when they
Attention
first
span.
released World of Warcraft and Diablo, it actually came with the book of the lore and the explanation of all the characters and all of the fucking NPCs.
here's
all
your homework.
the features.
I do miss those fucking like the manuals that used to come with games that would explain everything in depth. It's like, oh, I got a new game. First, I'm gonna read the manual while I take a shit, and then I'm gonna play the game. This is literally what I did. Now they don't come with any. You don't even get the fucking
man.
game. You just get a
Remember
digital
the,
download.
Remember the official strategy guides?
Oh God.
Nintendo
Yeah.
Power was a great one. It's a lot
But
of good
what
ones.
I appreciated was you'd you'd go and look at the magazine, right, when it was in like the drugstore or corner store, whatever the fuck, and you would say, all right, fuck it, and you'd flip to the back, because the back had like the
Cheat
fucking
codes.
dictionary. Yeah. Which was the best part because it's like, all right, oh, we're doing a whole spread on this game, but I don't give a shit. Give me the good shit. And you search for your game and like try to remember the cheat codes because we had no way to write them down.
I just feel like, okay, so back to the fucking point. If PlayStation Plus is going to increase to $160, they better be giving you fucking the one thing that Xbox does is day one game releases.
Day one releases, yeah.
And they won't do it. They'll give you fucking Saints Row, a game that nobody bought and is shit.
Saints Row.
I don't know why they won't. They tried it with Stray. They gave everybody Stray for free first day it came out, and it flew phenomenally.
Did it just...
Every single person on my fucking timeline was speaking about Stray.
No, yeah,
I played it, and for what that game was, it was fucking good.
What I ask is day one game releases. I would like game one day releases either every month or every 2 months. That's really what they have to deliver if they're going to charge you that kind of money. Because the rest of the shit that they deliver, all I really use it for 90% of the time is to be able to play online.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, look, I got now. If I really want to play a game, I'll buy a game. If I bought the game and then like a year later it comes on PS Plus, it's like, well, this is great for me. Now I get to play the game again.
Please.
What the fuck? What?
And it flew. Stop fucking swinging at me. Let me have this moment. I don't get this.
What, of saluting like a Nazi?
And it
flew off the shelf. Like, it flew.
Yeah, it just flew.
It flew.
It's the Flu Network.
It was a pretty good game, but I don't think it flew.
It flew like all cats do.
And millions of downloads and plays.
They flew.
It did.
And millions.
They go fly.
No, and millions.
Millions of all the stray.
I believe her. I had a friend tell me about the game that. Oh shit!
No, Heather's right though. Like I remember when the game came out too. My timeline was blown the fuck up with like either clips or like I know it was hot on Twitch for like it was like the number one game played for like I think like almost 3 weeks straight. Stray. I'm high. It was very popular.
I feel like PlayStation is trying to have the best of both worlds because they're greedy as fuck. They're trying to get subscription-based services at the max price, and they're almost just like the fact that they just threw it out there, like it's no biggie. It's just way more money.
471,831 people.
It flew. It flew, JP. It flew. It got up and fucking took into the air. So like, no, but like they want to charge an arm and a leg for subscriptions, but they also want to charge an arm and a leg for purchases of games.
Yeah,
they're too greedy, man. It's gonna.
Agreed.
I hope everybody, like, the thing is, they don't, no matter what, they won't lose money, because even if people don't buy the premium tier and they drop down to the middle one, they're paying the same amount for that was the premium tier cost.
I was about to say, one way or the other, they're gonna get fucked. And I've seen this trick. I've seen companies do this in other methods, other ways, but kind of the same thing. Where like, oh, here's the different tier system, and yeah.
Why is everything a tier system now? That's the other thing with the game.
No, it's a marketing. It's a marketing ploy.
So fucking what I've seen, despicable is what it is.
What I've seen people explain, like I think it was like a movie theater popcorn was the example of like small, medium, and large, and it's like the medium is only like 3 cents cheaper than the large. So your natural instinct is, I'll just go for the large. But like if you do the math out, it's actually better cost to get the medium. Yeah, I can't remember the logic or the math behind it because devil's a ganja, but it was a clever marketing ploy to steer people into going into the larger items. So I think that the tier systems that we're talking about are kind of in the same boat.
It's disgusting, is what it is. Honestly,
I applaud the evil genius, but yeah,
it's disgusting. It's making money off of something that doesn't really exist. This is what I thought was happening with YouTube when I'm like, oh my god, 1080p is now you have to pay to see in 1080p. I also feel like they downscaled the other. Have you guys
Well,
noticed,
again-
like, you get 720p and it looks like fucking shit in YouTube for some reason? It's like pixelated as fuck. I'm like,
I'm watching-
okay.
Wait, you guys are watching in 720. I'm watching in like 480.
What? Why?
Ours constantly changes to the auto.
Yeah.
The
and
auto
it
is shit. It doesn't work.
between 480 and 720. It's like no.
The auto
stick
is
at
the auto is shit because as soon as I load up a video, it starts at 480, and then it takes like a
Autobots
minute
drop
to turn
out.
into 720, and it'll never go to 1080 unless I select it. So I'm always going to the fucking settings and going up to 1080. But they've done this thing where it's 1080p with a higher bit rate, so it's not pixelated. They've essentially lowered the quality of what you're accessing for free to have a tier that's paid for that looks like what should be there.
Yeah.
I hate this business practice, and people know it, and people fucking actively hate it. You're seeing games that are coming out that are being microtransactions to hell are being bombed, like fucking 0.1 out of 10. I think Blizzard is just falling apart.
Yes,
Everything
it
they
is.
release is being absolutely fucking shit on.
And it's been since they acquired Activision.
Yep, that's exactly when it happened. And also, like the leaders of the Blizzard brand, the people that created it from the ground up, left.
Yeah.
So now you get just a greedy cunt.
We've talked about this. I've had an Intellivision as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And Atari.
Yeah, well, Atari at the time was a step up from the Intellivision. If you go and look at it had a bunch of Activision games on it.
Yeah.
I know what he's talking about.
I fucking loved playing that fucking system. I don't know why. I just did.
Well, it's also like the first thing of its type. It's gonna be hype as shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like something I've never done before, and I get to actually control what's happening on the screen instead of just watching it.
Right.
That's the same way with games when I learned how to play them.
I had a game, I can't remember what it's called, where you remember the game Zaxxon?
I have no idea what you just said.
Nope.
That's a Bobbitt question.
No, it's not. But they had a game system. Just game
Zaxxon.
system.
I gotta take a
I'm
piss so
looking
bad.
it up.
You gonna take an Axiom?
Oh god, I gotta do it.
Axiom. 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 How's everybody in the Chizad doing this fine evening? As JP is just looking up some
Oh, it was before the Sega. Okay.
video game.
Oh no, it is way before that. I can't remember, but Zaxxon, it was a game you were like I can't think of. Here, I'm gonna copy the link,
Okay.
and then you watch the video and make it so that I'm not.
Well,
I was excited.
I'm trying, man.
Basement's running the stream.
I know well, and I understand. Well, it's a video. I don't know.
Okay.
There. That probably didn't work.
No, look at it.
So Zaxxon was like a shooter game that you played.
Oh, thank God.
And it was fun, but it was on a game system where it was like a computer. It was like the third generation computer ever fucking made.
Oh, is it that thing that they were used in
It was like a monitor type thing.
Kind of. That's where
where
they
he
were
was
going.
showing the route for the vacation?
Yeah,
for the
but
trip?
Zaxxon was one of the main games that they had on that system. And you had a computer. You had a keyboard. You had a controller. You had a computer screen. And yeah, you just hook it. It's one of those first ones that you hook into, and I can't. Either way, that's the kind of shit that I played with as a kid. Yeah, sorry, long drawn out story there, but
And how does this relate to PlayStation Plus increasing their
it relates to it. I don't even know why it relates. I had a point to
I
this.
think we were talking about how, at least from I think the part of oh, they might try to like repurpose old games
Yeah.
as new with like just the
How
added
many
feature
times
of the
they've done it with Pong?
and I think we're talking about like, well, what if they did that with older systems
Well,
in the
they've done that
library?
with a bunch of fucking games, but they haven't they just re-released them half the time. They didn't remaster them or anything. I mean, when it comes down to it, like I'm seeing a shift in the industry where like the actual fan base is hating and has been for years,
Yeah.
hating microtransactions in games that are released live service games. Like you look at the bomb that was the Avengers, it might have made money, but their plan for it was to be huge, and that failed.
Yep.
And it's not just that. You had Diablo Immortal for fucking mobile that everybody fucking hated, and it cost $1 trillion to play.
I tried to play it. It was
Yeah.
so hard.
Even Diablo 4 gets hate, even though the game is relatively good, I think, from what I've heard. And Overwatch 2, basically they re-released Overwatch with a 2 in
Yes.
front of it, and everybody
Oh, yeah.
hates it. So like these type of games are getting like, and then you look, Suicide Squad was supposed to come out, got pushed back for years because they're like everybody fucking hated what we showed them. Everybody
yeah.
recognizes what those games are now, where it's like, oh, you can level up, and what you get is a different color on your fucking gun or different clothing for your character, and you're
Or a
gonna play
different
it for
fucking
thousands of hours, and we're gonna charge you for battle passes and season passes, and that's how we're gonna make our money. Nobody wants that shit anymore. Certain games come out and they like It Takes Two and Baldur's Gate have been heralded for the fucking companies not coming out right and saying we're not charging you extra. There's no DLC. What you're getting is the full game. And It Takes Two's case, it was like one person needs to buy it and 2 people can play it, which is
I don't mind. Now, I personally don't mind the DLC as long as I don't have to pay for it.
it's consumer friendly. I don't mind a DLC either, but the problem is anytime I hear DLC, I think they're hiding part of the game to release later to charge you.
Yep.
Because that's
Yeah.
exactly what Destiny did, and
I-
that's like the fucking
Yeah, and that's exactly why I said I don't mind it as long as it's free. Because it's a part. Because usually when it's a free DLC that you are getting later on, usually that's a part of the game that they took out that they still needed to fix, but they still wanted to release the game.
no.
Which is
I have yet to see free DLC.
I know. There were.
But it's like oh, we're gonna charge you $12.99 for this extra bit, and sometimes what you said is the case. They just couldn't finish it in time, and it's like it's an add-on. If you look at The Witcher, they actually the DLC that they gave you was cheaper, but it was like 25 hours of gameplay. It was releasing like a mini another game for the people that wanted to play it. So if that's the case, I'm fine with that because if you put the work into the content, then we'll pay for it. But half the time, DLC is like WWE. We have the wrestlers ready. We're gonna hide them from you until each date, and then we're gonna give them to you for a price.
You know how much I was really pissed off that I didn't get immediate access to Wade Barrett and Harley Race right from day one.
Yeah, I think this year was the worst of the DLC contents I've seen from WWE.
Yeah, we got Bray Wyatt.
But the problem is they're never going to get rid of these microtransactions and paid for DLC because of the fact that there are people out there that will willingly drop the money for it no matter what.
But to counter that, I feel like bad press for a company does eventually catch up to it, and Blizzard is gonna.
It takes years.
Yeah, it does take, and it takes years of fuck ups. Blizzard, I think, is going to be feeling that, and Blizzard
very soon too, because it's going on like fucking. I want to say 8-10 years now.
Well, you also have to think Blizzard became a massive moneymaker off of World of Warcraft, and with all that money and all that need comes a lot of staff. They're going to start letting people go and focus on smaller projects because you can't keep the hype train going. It's kind of the same thing with Marvel, I think. Marvel's going to be in the same boat, and they're kind of
already calling me out in the stream. God damn it!
I mean, I think that's gonna be. I think that's gonna actually be all of Disney, considering the live action shit that they're putting out too.
Disney's just a mess, in honesty.
I got a question for y'all.
Mhm.
Remember, I think it was a WWE game. I think it might have been Raw versus SmackDown, where you had to fight the Undertaker, and no matter how easy you had it, how hard you had it, you never beat the Undertaker.
I think that was a few years. I think you're right. I think it was SmackDown versus Raw. But I think it was like towards the end of them. I don't think it was one of the first. I think it was like towards
in the story mode. So
yeah. I remember that one though.
Where you create your character, and then how it actually should be with the WWE fucking. If you're gonna play the story mode.
I'm so bummed I didn't get to save the Teddy Long one.
Yeah.
That I told you guys about. Fucking love that one. It was so great. I wish they even brought that mode back where you can create your own story.
That's the one thing the wrestling games are really missing. I think most people I know that play those wrestling games play it for the GM capabilities or the ability to create stuff.
That's why people were so hyped that they said we're bringing back my GM mode, and it was literally just a skeleton.
I was so happy.
I knew that it was going to be a skeleton. Like because the game that this was the 2K22, right? Or which one was it? Yeah, the one that it came out with, and then they updated it slightly. It's like, well, now you're gonna be able to have tag teams, but the update was so minuscule. It's like, what have you been working on all year, for fuck's sakes? If that's what comes out, all the models are the same for the most part, so. Fucking bullshit is what it is. Fuck gaming. I hate the state of gaming. It's disgusting.
It's all in shambles, and it's because it's all, how can we make the most money possible in the shortest amount of time?
Yeah, because the gaming industry is the highest fucking money making thing in the world.
So wait as we slowly turn this channel into a Jackbox channel.
My box.
Quality content lately out of gaming.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Let's see. I thought I saw something else, but I had no idea who the hell that was. Taylor Greene?
That's Marjorie Taylor Greene?
Yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Oh, that wasn't the article that Gina was trying to share, but yeah.
All I know is Heather commented on it.
Yeah, I fucking...
What happened? No?
This news article, this news company decided to write an article and see how many times they could fit the phrase. They're going to be met with a wall of bullets into it as they possibly could to try and trigger as many fucking Democrats as possible.
It's that hot button writing that's so great.
Yeah. But apparently she has had somebody stalking her and basically threatening her life, and apparently she's repeatedly said, but meanwhile in the article she put out a tweet saying, he can hire somebody to come and kill me, I don't care. The man's just going to be met with a wall of bullets because I am a firm believer in semi-automatic AR-15s.
Fuck yeah.
Give me guns, baby. No, I don't know. I feel like the media is out of control. Like, completely. There's no accountability. Everything's a lie. Fuck the world. And that's where
God damn.
I mean, in that article, that
right there, GP?
used in literally every single paragraph written.
Why? I remember when this,
Do you think news was legitimate news before, Twitter, social media?
No.
Or do you think social media fucking perverted mainstream news?
I think both.
It helps. It helped. Yeah, it definitely helped because with the creation of social media and fucking internet, it became the fucking, we can get this story out in 3 seconds.
But it also becomes the point where
created to vent.
Yeah, but you can also get opposing views on social media that you couldn't really muster a large group of people to oppose something that is a blatant lie by media, which I feel like media of the past had complete control if they wanted to on the populace. Though I do feel like media of the past, it's hard for me to say because I never really fucking watch the news. I pay attention every now and then, but like media of the past used to be more based on fact, and now it's based on clickbait.
That's what I'm getting to. Is
Yeah.
they were more based on, they would ask the question and they'd let you ask the whole question, and then they'd let them answer the question instead of excerpting fucking everything.
There was integrity in journalism that there's zero now, for sure. I mean, this coincides with what Heather shared about the fucking mass graves in Canada. Apparently, maybe there's none. Maybe they are there. But if you're going to claim that there's a bunch of dead kids in a pile, excavate that shit.
Oh, exactly. That's the whole thing.
Bullshit.
The whole story was put out based on the piles of shoes that they found in the basement of that one school in Canada.
Yeah.
There's been no remains actually found yet.
And also, like, the remains that they thought they found was disturbances in the soil through how they did like fucking radar fucking shit through the soil.
Yeah.
And they saw disturbances that would indicate like a graveyard. However, this long ago, that graveyard could mean anything. With the way that like people have moved around it could be an actual graveyard of actual people that just over time got fucking buried. Or it could be a bunch of fucking kids buried in the ground, but it's not a mass grave if they're buried individual. And a lot of people died frequently in the past. They weren't killed per se. They might have just fucking got sick.
It could have been part of the plague.
Yeah, well, there's a fucking life expectancy was a lot lower. I don't know. In the end, it's like if you want to know the truth, excavate it. They won't excavate it, then you're just fucking perpetuating some form of bullshit. Then you got fucking big ass fucking dick face Justin Trudeau out there taking a knee to touch the land. He's like, "Oh, we did you so wrong, so wrong." Now whose dick do I have to suck first? Fucking piece of shit.
I love the one Babylon Bee article I saw that was headlined "Canada in shock that Justin Trudeau's wife was a woman."
I am too. You know he's been fucking slopping the knob.
I think I still saying that's why they get into divorce, because he's a little flimsy.
He's a bitch. Even if he's not, it doesn't have to be gay. He's just a fucking bitch. He's a bitch of a man. Like, okay, so if you were, so here's the thing. If you were to go meet up with...
damn it, no, fucking...
If you were to go meet up with fucking people from, I don't know, the Middle East, are you going to dress in the same fucking cultural attire as them to meet up with them? Because that's exactly what this guy does. Anytime he's at anything, it's like, well, I will wear your traditions. And I will be one with you. Do you want $1 million? Because I can make that happen.
I will wear your traditions.
Fucking piece of shit. His wife was like, all of a sudden she woke up and she's like, I think I'm married to a fucking bitch.
I think that Justin Trudeau would probably go down the street corner just to try to get a hand job from Sally Magoo, but then realize...
You know what? He wouldn't take a hand job from Sally Magoo. He'd be like, your hands are too calloused. I need fresh
Sally
hands.
Magoo is actually a girl.
Yeah, that's true. Fuck that guy. Honestly, fuck him.
Don't be. It's not your fault.
It's not my fault.
I'm kind of retarded.
It's not my fault. I don't like him as a leader. I think he's a fucking bitch. And everything he does angers me. So there's that.
You look, I don't like Biden's policies. Doesn't mean that I don't think he may be the nicest guy in the fucking world, but I don't give a fuck. My point is, I don't give a fuck if he's nice or not. I don't care.
Well, okay, so let me rephrase this. Justin Trudeau's policies suck. He sucks as a leader. He gives money away, hand over fist, to anybody that asks for it. and our taxes are out of control, and life in Canada, unless you're making $100K a year, is almost fucking unlivable. So who else am I gonna blame?
The French?
That fucking nut cracking
No,
piece of shit. Who do you think
alright.
Justin Trudeau is?
The French owes us money. Like, really bad. All right, we already had this fucking talk.
Did we? Because this is a left turn.
We bailed fucking France out 3 fucking times.
No, I know that, but I'm okay. Is that what you're referring to?
Well, so does Ukraine.
Yeah, now we're bailing out the fucking Ukraine. When are we gonna get that fucking money?
I think I think what you're doing is laundering money in the Ukraine.
Like, I don't understand, man. I mean, I do understand. I just don't understand how people's brains work. Like, why are you so...
right there with you, brother.
Why are politicians so hell-bent on fucking making the other look bad? We already know they're fucking bad.
Because it's high school fucking bullshit all over again. My question is, if you're going to supply the guy with 800 billion, whatever you gave, a lot, U.S. gave a huge amount of, why not just join the fucking war? And if I would fucking Russia and you're paying the opposition $80 billion, you're part of the war already.
I was about to say.
So I'm gonna say this. I think Putin wants the United States to get involved. This justifies him pushing the button. Pushing the button. Putin is fucking crazy. He's a genius, but he's fucking crazy.
Well, I knew that much. But
I don't trust any of them at all. No, and I don't trust any of them over each other. They're all horrible.
What you thought, I thought as well too. I'm like, wait a minute, isn't this like some sort of? It's like it's almost like a backhanded compliment. Like we're not picking sides.
But here's some tanks, a lot of tanks.
Here you go, Ukraine. Don't tell your mother.
Yeah. It's like, we're shipping over about 80 to 80,000 tanks.
I think the reason why the United States is they're right now, Putin is playing chess with Biden. It's what he's doing.
He's playing chess.
For everybody to know that Putin is playing chess.
I mean, if you can't beat fucking Biden in chess, I don't know what you can do.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Biden's playing a very different game.
He's playing checkers for sure.
He is.
Biden's playing tic-tac-toe.
He's playing Connect 4, but he's laying it flat, thinking it's the checkers, and it's.
He's not.
Hey, he's not even the fucking one doing it. It's a fucking team around him. He's just a corpse that they fucking trot out. At least he doesn't have the fucking freeze mode on.
Yeah, fucking.
He comes on. He's like, "I'd like to introduce Booty Juice." Did you say that? I'd like to introduce Booty Juice. Fucking killed me.
Thank you, Mr. Booty Juice.
And he just stumbles through his words, and he's like, "Is there a kid for me to kiss before I leave?" Because that's pretty much what I am. A fucking dust bag.
When you did that was fucking great. That was great when he did that. He said, "Thank you, Mr. Booty Juice." Great. And then he starts talking. This is so fucking great. Whatever Booty Geek is his fucking name, but he called him Booty Goose.
I feel like if Biden wasn't president, I would fucking want to shoot myself if he started talking to me. He might be the most boring fucking human on the planet. He's a charisma vacuum, and he sounds like a fucking vacuum going backwards.
He's a charisma vacuum.
He's a reverse Roomba.
Give an explanation like he's fucking Dominic Mysterio right now.
He's terrible. Like listening to him is like I can't listen to what you're saying. I hate it. I hate every second of it.
I'm with you. I just find it funny that we're
he's a Roomba backwards, which ironically would be a boomer.
He's got to go, man.
He does.
I can't believe that they were like floating the concept of him running again. Like running. Walking is the real question here. Is that gonna happen?
Well, that was the question that he froze up on. Is, are you going to run for re-election?
Well, no, we're talking about Biden.
Oh,
But yeah,
I think I mentioned this a while back. Just a random little insert here. I was on TikTok and I saw somebody someone put a green screen over Cody Rhodes.
juice.
He put a green screen over Cody Rhodes, but the green screen was like a kid's like a first grade elementary classroom, and it said it said George W. Bush on 9/11, and it's just Cody going, "I have to finish the story."
So Alpha says, because supposedly Russia is able to replenish things easier than Ukraine. Well, it's a lot bigger, but Ukraine's got the support of fucking every rich person alive. So I don't know. I agree we can scale back our funding, but stop completely. Why is anybody funding them anyway? Just let Russia kill them. Sorry. That's not true.
It's because of the last
if Russia
billion that we had to send to Ukraine, that we had to raise the fucking debt ceiling.
If Russia annexes Ukraine, what happens? I don't know.
Can you just give us like 5 minutes to talk? I just want to talk private. I just need to hold on. I just need to talk to Ukraine privately. No one else around. No guns. No bang bang. I'm not gonna put the scope down. I'm not. Nothing's going to happen. I just want to talk just around a corner over there. No. You stay here. I'm just gonna go talk to Ukraine.
He just runs up on his horse, shirtless. Just like if they annex,
it was warm.
Ukraine, wasn't Ukraine part of Russia in the past?
Yes. So when Russia was the Soviet Union, Ukraine was part of the Soviet Union.
Good times. Better than now.
In Soviet Russia, road forks you.
Oh, you have no idea how fucking sick I am of this. Actually, I'm trying to.
Actually, there's a legit question because I don't know. Outside of like, is Russia just trying to take over Ukraine? What's the reason they're fighting?
Just
Russia wants it back.
They just want more land.
Yep. We did not agree on the no givesies backsies rule. There was not a contract written at the time.
What really started this whole fucking thing is they wanted to be part of fucking NATO.
The person who drew up the contract has been dealt with on permanent vacation.
And United States was like, well, isn't that special?
It's like, well, haven't you seen Rocky?
Let me talk to my friend, France, Germany, and fucking Britain over here, and we'll get back to you on that.
So Germany is part of NATO, but Russia isn't?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Go on.
Why?
Wouldn't it because of actions taken during the Cold War?
Could have been.
What?
Russia's not part of NATO.
West Germany was part of the United States. So right after World War II, Russia started saying, well, we got Germany out of the way. Let's fucking move in. So they did.
It's
and
gonna
then
scoot on in
Germany,
here.
like Berlin was East Germany. But there was East and West Berlin. It was fucked up. It was stupid.
Hence the wall.
So, yes, the Berlin Wall. So, the people that were in East Berlin or West Berlin couldn't talk to the people in East Berlin because
a wall.
They were just on the west side.
So you remember the two world wars where they started burning people in fucking ovens?
Right. So Russia decided to fucking...
How is that not as bad as being
United
Russia?
States stopped them. United States stopped them dead in Munich, I think it was.
You're correct.
Or whatever. And then they said, you can go no further.
You shall not pass.
So East and West Germany was way smaller than East Germany, but West Germany was more. So when Germany fell, they just became one and the United States like, well, you're already part of NATO. Germany.
You ever wonder what like holidays they have in Germany?
Yeah, I can imagine.
They have one of the best holidays, Oktoberfest.
In Oktoberfest.
That's
That's
a good one.
But
The
no,
rest,
that's
it's like, we do
what
not talk
happened with
about it.
Germany. So, but Germany, Britain, West Germany. So really, Britain, France, the United States started NATO, and just added countries, and NATO was just to defend the
Geneva Convention.
Geneva Convention.
Real quick, before I forget, I remember there was a Robin Williams bit
Into this part of the NATO.
or story that he talked about when he was visiting over in Germany. He did like a German talk show,
Oh, yeah.
and it was something along the lines of like they got on the subject of comedy, and Robin was like, the host is like, "Do you think we do not have comedy or laughter here in Germany?" And he's like, "I think you got rid of all the funny people a little while ago," and it went right over the host's head.
No.
The
The whole bit was actually, she asked him, "Why do you think Germany does not have any good comedy?" And Robin Williams goes back, "Well, don't you think you might have killed them all back in, like, say, 1945 or so?" And he sat there and said, "She looked at me stone cold dead in my face and said, no."
yeah, she,
Kill her. She's still part of it.
Oh man, fucking great story. I just love remember that.
I do feel like the German language is just angry sounding.
It is.
Oh, yeah, the whole
It's like Chinese, just fucking. Why are you yelling at me?
ambulance, ambulancia, ambulancia, Krankenwagen.
We're
the
just gonna put you in this bed while we break your leg. So yeah, Germany.
Yeah, we went way off fucking course here. We do have another big topic we haven't talked about.
What?
Speaking of people burning alive, hey, you guys remember what happened in Maui?
Oh my god. Okay, yep.
You laughing at the drum? You good?
Fucking Rock is the savior again.
Mr. Worldwide, dale.
So
I think it's funny that they are putting this, The Rock and Oprah are putting this fucking foundation out there saying, we have $10 million already set to go to people because we donated $5 million of each of our own money. Motherfucker, that is your startup capital. That money's not fucking going anywhere.
What?
well, they have to, in order to accept money for a
I knew what you said.
fundraiser, they have to have like people hired, people that have to work, people that have to accept the money. Where the money's going, financiers. It's like that. Instead, the funniest thing I saw about the fucking thing is like, Oprah, you have like fucking thousands of, I don't know how much, she's got a lot of land right beside where apparently the laser didn't hit.
Yeah. That's the greatest.
But yeah, she's got all this. She's got all this
American soil.
She's got all this fucking land, and
I've seen that twice. That's
she's got all this fucking land, and yet nope, she hasn't opened it up to anybody. One of the people fucking I saw like I think it's like a Maui resident or Lahaina or whatever the fuck it was, and she's like, you haven't opened anything anybody. Instead, you hired security to keep people away.
Yeah.
Oprah, you fucking bitch.
Not a bad idea, actually. No, I'm taking some notes.
There's a reason to come fucking marched on fucking.
So what basically happened was, as far as the Rock story is concerned, is that Rock and Oprah started this company, and the way that they positioned it, or it was kind of being positioned, was that Oprah and Rock had put $5 million of their own money together, and that that would be donated to the victims.
This charity they put together is to put the money that's donated directly into people's hands.
Right.
It's
And
not
so
to be funneled through a corporation or to be put through FEMA or anything like that. Is to go directly to the people that need it, that are displaced. To pay for hotel rooms, foods, whatever.
Right. So it was insinuated, based off of the way they kind of stated and advertised it, was that the 10 million was going to go right to the people. Like that, like 10,
lie.
which is completely not the case, and they are now asking for donations.
Yeah. Which
On top of that, they have not made any phone calls to their celebrity friends to come and help pay for these
you
people.
have to pay. You whose PlayStation Plus membership just went up.
Bills.
They just don't fucking get it. This is them. Well, we can't do it by ourselves. No,
But you know
have-
what? This also is you set up a fucking charity and it's in your name. Tax breaks.
Oh, for sure.
So it's like a goodwill gesture on the surface, but it's
That
the
line
devil
there
at play
comes
behind. Anything Oprah does, she's basically the Antichrist. So,
Harpo.
like these
I
two
didn't
are
realize
just
for the
fucking
longest
horseshit.
time that was Oprah backwards. Harpo.
Yeah.
Imagine. I mean, I don't know. I'm with you. You remember? I thought it was her picking on herself because Harpo the whale, whatever. Because she used to be a big bitch.
She's still kind of up there.
Fuck her. She's a weird person, and I think she's a fucking
Holy
demon. In all honesty,
Ishmael.
She rose to her station of power because she was one of the first black women on TV being successful.
but also you look at The Rock, and it's like I feel like The Rock's like, you want to do something that makes you money and makes you look good? Come on in, big man.
Rock, what's the matter?
Yes.
Well, Black Adam didn't do so hot. I got you covered. Come with me. I'm going to show you how to do this. Let's do this together.
So like they set up a fund, and on the surface level, everything's good. But I'm tired of the fucking super rich asking for the super poor to pay for shit.
Exactly.
And I think there's a lot of evidence to support the fucking Maui tragedy being some sort of weird fucking thing, man. There is a lot behind the scenes there that is questionable.
There's a lot of coincidences that are not lining up to have it be a purely natural disaster.
Right.
Yeah.
Why would the water system for the entire village be turned off hours before the fire happened?
That's the one that makes absolutely no sense. Like I can get like kids being sent home because of hurricane type winds and stuff like that, but turning off the water system, having like everything not having nobody really respond.
Siren system turned off when they knew there was high winds that could have formed a hurricane.
Yeah, with them having like the most advanced fucking system for that shit is fucked up. I think it's complete fuck up, and I hate like if The Rock partners with Oprah, I fucking hate The Rock because I already hated Oprah, and everybody knows Oprah's a fucking all shit. Her career is like dealing with scumbags constantly. Therefore, if you surround yourself with scumbags, you probably are a scumbag.
She is another one. She is another one, just like fucking Bette Midler. Her best friend was Harvey Weinstein.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, she's a gross motherfucker.
All right. That's why I'm with all these fine, upstanding citizens right here on this channel.
She's a piece of shit. The Rock is probably a piece of shit, but I think The Rock is more. I think The Rock's a piece of shit. Fuck it.
Like a snake.
With everything that has come out about him and his personality between the Fast and the Furious franchise to his run in DC to now this.
The Rock is his own CM Punk.
Honestly, like when it comes to
Full circle.
Anything that's like, oh, we're gonna give financial aid here or there, any of these charity things, scam immediately. They don't have to prove they've done anything. All they do is accept money.
Yes.
Yep.
I think every charity out there pretty much is a scam because people are shit. I've lived long enough to understand how terrible people are. Most people, good. People in power, people with money, mostly bad.
Yeah. Fuck them.
We need
Fuck
to win
you,
the lottery,
Oprah.
goddammit. Fucking
That's
Harpo, bitch.
a bit different.
I think that's all I got on my plate at the moment.
Heather only shared one other thing, which is something about Burning Man that I never got to.
Oh, yes. They had everybody knows the Burning Man festival where rich people and poor people actually get together and just
fuck each other,
get fucked up on drugs and alcohol and all of that. Apparently, there was a very severe rainstorm that happened out there and basically flooded the field that they were in and they were told to shelter in place. They're still stuck there.
It reminds me of the Fire
fuck.
Fest where they were eating fucking cardboard.
I was just thinking the same thing.
I'm
These
so
festivals,
confused.
for the most part, I think are just like a disaster waiting to happen.
They are.
What the fuck is that supposed to be?
That's an
the Burning Man
octopus.
mascot.
No, I think they just set up big like objects that shoot fire, or they light fire to big objects.
Yeah, they
The Burning
built
Man
sculptures-
was
they built
essentially
sculptures as the symbolization of Burning Man.
yeah. It was named after a big giant fucking Burning Man, made out of wood.
This isn't a cult?
No,
It's just a bunch of people on fucking ecstasy,
Woodstock.
listening
Honestly, I would-
to like.
Where does it take place?
I think it changes over time.
Oh, it does? Oh, I thought it was the same area.
Well,
Or
for a
same
long time, I
location.
think it was like a
Yeah, I've heard of
desert
this.
location, but I'm not sure.
Like Arizona or something. Honest to God, I actually wouldn't mind.
It's just
going
that I think they do a lot of like EDM and like dance hall music, which I wouldn't.
Yeah.
No,
It's great. It's
thank
a
you.
rave. It's a giant rave out in
Yeah.
the wilderness somewhere.
All right, let's do this.
The Burning Man?
Road trip.
Let's go to Burning Man together and do ecstasy and fucking.
No, I think I'm good.
No, I'm good.
But yeah, they're all still stuck out there in muddy fields,
Oh,
running out of
shit.
supplies, and there's worry of an Ebola outbreak.
Well, Burning
Go to
Man.
Burning Man, they said. It'd be fun, they said.
Ebola. They
The
didn't
New
say.
York Times posted, "What is Burning Man, and why have Paris Hilton and Elon Musk shown up?"
Because it's a
It's
place
a huge
for
party.
it's a huge party. Like I said, it's this generation's fucking Woodstock.
It's like Epstein Island without the kids.
No,
Although there
there,
might
it's just-
be children
They
there.
might be there. I don't know.
And they just get together and
Live in
Listen to rave
teepees and
music,
just
set
fucking
on
rave
fire,
around,
drink alcohol, camp out.
do a bunch of
literally
drugs.
what we're doing right now.
I'm gonna light myself on fire. Does that
this
count?
is that's bizarre. I've never heard of this. Not I've
Oh, this
heard
has
of
been around for years, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, big time.
70s, I think.
Yeah, and in fact, the whale's friend had told me that he had a date with a woman, and she said she went to Burning Man and found herself and no longer was interested in
She
him.
found herself, quotation marks, when like
Wait,
18 dicks were in
wait a
her
minute.
asshole.
Wait a minute. Please reverse and retell that story.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was one of the gatherings the whale had with her chromies.
Okay. All right. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
cronies.
Chromies. But you met him.
Too
Connor.
many.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was
I
there.
think I know who you're talking about.
Too many
Yeah.
chromie.
It was him, and he sat there. He was like, he was telling me, he's like, I was seeing this girl, things were going great, and then all of a sudden, we were supposed to go on a third date, and then she said that they would hook up again after she went to Burning Man. She came back from Burning Man. She's like, that was a real experience for me. I really truly found myself. And you don't fit the picture anymore.
Do you think this is 100% a female thing? I've never heard a man being like, I found myself at Burning Man and I'm done with you. I've never heard it, but I've heard multiple tales of women being
Actually
like,
happens.
I found myself.
Quite often.
So if you watch the videos that come out of Burning Man, there
I'm
are
fucking kidding, I
men.
know
who
you.
Well,
say,
I'm not
"I
just saying
really
Burning Man. I'm
found
just saying in,
myself on this journey through Burning Man. So
in general.
You're talking about the general excuse.
Well,
Yes.
I know a friend who's going through fucking the separation, and she's like, I learned to love somebody, myself. I laughed to his face. I'm like, what is this? A fucking Disney movie? Eat my asshole, you fucking bitch! Like, but that's the type of thing. Like, I think that is a much. I
You're a
think it's
great
much
friend.
more. Well, no, I told him like it was the whole time. I am. Yes, I am. He needed to learn. Well, he needs to hear. He learned. I think it's just more like I think I've heard more stories of like women doing it than men. Personally.
Self-discovery and yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you're right. That's just fucking great. I laughed right in his face. I was just thinking that there was a skit that can't remember what the show was, but it's two friends. They're like, well, they might get a little confused with the way we talk to each other sometimes. What do you mean? Remember when I broke my leg? He's reading cards like, get well. Hope you
Break
feel
the other
better
one.
soon. Yeah, there one. That bus should have ended you. Haha, classic.
Yeah.
I feel like there's that repertoire. I think, in all honesty, like, fuck. Yes, that's how I am. Fuck it.
I said you're a good friend.
My mind is blown right now.
Well, Alpha says, you guys know the story about the guy that literally ran into the flame back in 2017?
Yes, I remember hearing about that story.
No.
Yeah, it was fucking crazy. So apparently, yeah, he ran into the Burning Man. He did become the man that was burning in the Burning Man.
Yeah. Wasn't he like high on something and having a really
he was
bad trip?
fucking.
His name was
God.
Bernie Sanders.
And he sits like
I'm just picturing. Hold on, I'm picturing.
You
him
want
in
to
a
see how I
suit.
got this name? He's like the
No,
fucking Joker.
I'm picturing him in a full suit, sprinting, like hauling ass with really long legs for some reason. And he's like, "There's no time that I ask for your support as I run into the Burning Man." Like,
Want to see how I got these scars?
do you want to see how I got these scars?
No. Fuck you,
Oh.
Bernie.
Okay, we respect that.
Go
No,
back
did
to
anybody else
Tony.
watch Payback?
the 1980s.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's been on
80s.
for a long time.
I thought it was 70s.
This.
Yeah, it's a yearly festival of
No
fucking what?
trace policy.
But there's a
Yeah,
ton
you're
of there's a
supposed to be after
it's
yourself.
not just Burning Man. There's a ton of festivals that take place in the U.S.
King Richard's Fair is one of my
Music
favorites up here.
festivals that are basically fucking go there, get drunk, get high,
Oh.
go crazy.
Yeah.
I got a great little fun story. So my cousin, who unfortunately passed away, is the best man at my wedding. He was very big on like Irish pride, and like kind of like obnoxious. But he wouldn't put it in your face. But he was very he was very prideful about being Irish. And so we went to the King Richard's Fair. All right, it's a fucking fair. Like it's just for fun. And he goes to one of the booths where it's like, oh, give us your last name and we'll trace your origin. It's not like fucking Ancestry or any of the,
Right.
fucking. It's a booth at a fucking fair. Like, and it said, oh, your last name, you are Scottish, and it has like a little certificate. And oh my God, he was so butthurt the entire fucking time. I could not stop laughing. He's like,
How could they do this to me?
fucking, I know I'm fucking. Oh my God, it was exactly like that. I'm like, dude, it's a fucking like they put it on like dotted line printer paper for God's sakes. As far as the certificate, like, why are you taking this? I know I'm fucking Irish. I'm like, who are you talking to? Oh man,
I feel like the
No, I-
Scottish are just more
you should've
lonely
done-
Irishmen.
You should have had him do
Basically.
the fucking Ancestry DNA test.
I think he did. 'Cause
I'm
he-
half
look,
black.
No, it would have been even better if it came back that he was actually German.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
Or
he's
British.
he's half British. He'd be like, I hate myself. And I love myself.
Viva last the questions. Oh boy,
Half English, half Irish. I hate myself.
makes
Yeah.
a lot of sense now.
Hmm.
Yeah.
The Scottish would
I
be
seen
75% hate.
Payback was pretty alright. It wasn't great. Not gonna.
I did
cry.
watch Payback.
It was alright.
I didn't. I don't think it was. Man, I hope fucking Kevin Owens is all right. Jesus fucking Christ.
I think
He's
fine.
dead.
Well, if anything, I thought first I thought he fucked up his leg. Then I went back and rewatched the replay. I'm like, no, I think his ass is completely destroyed. Because that's the thing
What
that
kind
hit
of
the
wrestling match was this?
It was a Pittsburgh City
street fight.
Bill Clinton street
Oh.
fight, something like that.
Yeah.
His ass was
Yep.
It was
destroyed.
literally just the Pittsburgh Street.
Owens
Yeah.
did a swanton from like the entrance, like or like
did.
one of the side entrances, like Jeff Hardy did at the Rumble, and
did.
but he overshot it, and so he kind of landed it went like too close to the edge. And I thought he fucked up his legs or at least his ass.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens is like never hurt.
Yeah.
What is always
And he's like always getting dropped like in the worst way, but is like he never actually gets hurt. So
He's like made of rubber.
yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty. So the Cinnamon Toast Crunch United States title match was sponsored by Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Cinnamon Toast Crunch fucking logo was all over.
Hey, listen,
Every melon is a right shot.
That's a
It had
goat.
this
That's a goat
smiling ass
cereal.
fucking piece of Cinnamon Toast Crunch that got away from everybody else. I'm not
Oh,
gonna give it.
shit.
You know what? I'm gonna
That's why
forgive
you
it
were
because
talking
it's
about fucking cinnamon growth. The fuck
What?
cinnamon toast crunch yesterday. That's where you were talking about that shit, wasn't it? You piece of shit. Sorry.
What,
I didn't mean
me?
that. Yeah, the first thing I heard when I came on stream was like, I really wish I had cinnamon toast crunch.
Yeah, because I'm fucking stoned out of my
See?
mind. I'm fucking starving.
Fucking
I
WWE.
got
want
you.
it now. God
They
Fucking
got you.
product placement, man. They subliminally
Gotcha.
telling you.
That's not subliminally.
I
That's
want the
fucking, That's
opposite.
very liminally. That's super liminal.
Yeah.
It's like in your face.
Yeah.
Remember the
Too.
remember the Simpsons Navy thing where it's like, well, we counter, we do our marketing, we do it like liminally, subliminally, and superliminally. What's superliminally? He opens the window. Hey, you join the army. All right, there you go.
It's
Oh man,
yeah.
I didn't watch it. I won't watch it. I'm okay.
No, it wasn't bad, but then All Out was tonight as well.
I won't watch that either.
I really
don't
hope they
know.
space out the
I
pay-per-views.
watched a little bit of it. I'm not even sure what the
What
fuck
happened?
they're doing anymore. They are so fucking lost right now. It's not even funny.
They had
kinda
like,
retarded.
fucking 4 tag matches.
That's it. I want
Yeah,
more.
well,
More.
they're New Japan light.
The main event was fucking John Moxley versus
Orange
Orange
Cassidy.
Orange Cassidy.
Oh man, that sounds like a match I'd never watch.
Yeah.
I
And it
watched.
was for the fucking international title.
So
What's
you're never
that?
gonna guess who bled in this match.
Oh my.
Disgusting.
Well, I probably won't.
Yeah.
Orange Cassidy.
From where?
His head.
His forehead.
Was he bleeding orange?
Nope.
Would have
Yeah.
been funnier.
You should have a sponsorship from Tang.
Yeah.
He did. He did have a sponsorship. So you know the fucking mimosa match that he had with fucking Orange Cassidy? Jericho?
It's fickin', but go ahead.
Yeah.
That
It was
sounds
Tang.
terrible.
It was Tang.
I'd rather
Yeah.
burn my eyes out than watch a mimosa match. Isn't
Yeah,
a mimosa fucking
the
like a
winner-
drink
the winner
that
got
like
dumped into
angry
the-
milfs drink?
You lost the match by being thrown into a pool of mimosas.
Yeah. Of mimosa drink.
Ladies and
Who
gentlemen,
did?
we
Who
are
lost
truly
the
at the
match?
Jericho.
Oh, that's because he's gonna drink his way out.
we are entering the true next golden age of wrestling.
I exclusively disagree with that.
Oh god, if it's not a gimmick, it's another gimmick, and if it's not that, it's a fucking dumpster fire. Fuck you, AEW. WWE is bad enough, but it's watchable, and they're trying something, I guess.
They're
Brian,
trying
shit
to
together.
return a wrestling entertainment form.
Bryan Danielson. See, CM Punk wasn't even, well, I don't even think before all of this happened, I don't even think he was booked to be on this show.
But
He
you
was
know,
going to
he'd
be.
probably come out and be like, hey
No.
guys.
Even before that, they were putting all their marbles into the fucking Wembley fucking
Well,
thing.
I don't think they know.
Probably so, right?
I feel comfortable in saying they don't know what they're doing.
So All Out was the night, and CM Punk wasn't, I don't even think he was booked to have a match. There was nothing announced.
He was supposed to be the Ricky Steamboat replacement.
That makes sense as to why they did that match.
Yep.
They had Dennis Rodman there tonight.
Oh my god, he looks atrocious.
Oh,
He was in the fucking. They announced this motherfucker, right?
Uh-huh.
Where are you going to put, if you have somebody like Dennis Rodman, and I know that, he's not that big of a star, but he still kind of is. Everybody knows who he is.
Yep.
Why are you having him on pre-show?
because nobody cares.
Yep. Or he has to go home early.
Why even have him? Period.
That's my point. He's on technically the pre-show.
AEW is grasping at straws to get anybody they can that think is going to bring in viewership and then blow the load and have that person out first when they're losing viewers in droves by the third quarter.
I just don't understand, like, getting like what Dennis Rodman is, like a fucking D-list celebrity.
Yeah.
And that is not a good fucking image of what you're doing. I hate celebrity guests anyway, especially if they're not trained in wrestling. I can get I guess WWE can get away with it with Bad Bunny and Logan Paul because they can actually do something.
Yeah, he can actually wrestle, yes.
But you introduce, this is like Mr. T, but if Mr. T was like his age now. And if they got him, like, it's such a fucking weird get for them. And I think they're like, well, our brand, is LGBTQ positive and all that shit. I think that's why they got him.
No,
because he's fucking, God knows what he is.
He's pansexual. He'll fuck anything that breathes.
Well, I mean, that is Dennis Rodman. But yeah, he was on the pre-show and they didn't do anything with him the rest of the night.
Why even do it? Honestly, it's just like AEW. A lot of their decisions are mind-boggling, and if I can't make sense of them, I have to conclude that they're dumb as shit.
Yes.
No, they are. The fact that he had to do an investigation
for something that happened right in front of him.
Fucking front of him.
He's doing that. A lot of that is just covering his ass legally.
And that's why when it's something that happens right in front of you, you don't need an investigation. You just need to speak to your fucking lawyers to see what you can do about his contract.
Right, which is probably what happened.
Huh?
Which is probably what happened. I think so in the statement that Tony Khan put out about firing Punk,
I thought we were talking about Dennis Rodman. What the fuck?
We were.
When did you guys didn't even segue to Tony Khan? You just started talking about lawyers.
No, listen. I'm trying to catch you up. Tony Khan, when he put his statement out about CM Punk, he said that there was I can't remember the name of the
he had a disciplinary committee. He had a team of lawyers, and it was like, and I told JP this the other night.
He had an investigation done by a disciplinary committee.
Yeah.
That was it. There was that phrase. Yeah.
Yeah, but he also had a team of lawyers.
He spoke to his lawyers.
Yeah.
So, like,
the disciplinary committee was outside influence.
Do you know who the disciplinary committee was?
Omega, the Young Bucks, and
being
Hangman
the
Page.
elite. It was fucking a bunch of dumb cunts.
Christopher Daniels.
Cole Cabana.
So, in the end, I don't really give a shit. The whole reason for him mentioning these people was to kind of like shift blame or share blame, where he's like, "It's not me. It's not solely." This is why I think he's a terrible manager, because he just can't take blame.
In the written statement, he sat there and said, "I take sole responsibility in making my own decision in firing him." But before then, you bring up the disciplinary committee and the fucking lawyers.
Yeah. So
it's an attempt to cover his ass legally.
And he mentioned it like when he was doing the video thing, and it just seems like I think the guy is scared to be disliked, which is understandable. I get it. Nobody really wants to be disliked, but you're a fucking boss. You're a boss. That can't enter the equation. If you need to fucking get rid of somebody, you need to get rid of somebody. That's just it. As much as you might love them.
Matt Hardy, Christopher Daniels, and two other, I think, producers are
probably Dean Malenko and Arn Anderson.
Disciplinary committee, and they're the ones that made the decision.
I mean, Daniels is a little biased because he got sent away by Punk, but I think he was just doing that to obviously cover his ass legally, and clearly they're like, "Oh, this ended up from just the incident on Sunday." No, it wasn't just for that one
part of it.
Yeah,
it's the other part of it was the incident that happened a year ago.
And Saturday, I think he said, like, you can tell this guy has no control over anything because the Young Bucks were on
Yep.
Collision the next fucking night.
And they were fucking prancing
Matt
around the
Jackson
ring.
did a fucking victory lap in the ring.
I just don't understand. It's like either take the reins or fucking get somebody there that will, because Jesus Christ, are you a fucking horrible boss? You might be the friendliest person in the world, you might be the greatest person in the world. You can't run a company. And
No.
it's clear as fucking day. You just don't know. And the
Yeah.
fact that like what he was his fucking dad's bitch that managed certain things. Yes, I get you might have that perspective, but managing wrestlers is like managing fucking celebrities. You got a ton of massive egos, man.
I watch wrestling. I'm
Me
a
too.
fan of wrestling, right?
Mhm.
If I had money, I would not. I would spend that money to bring in the people that know what the fuck they're doing. I'm your financial resource guy. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's what Tony Khan should be. He
Yes.
shouldn't be forefront facing, shouldn't even be. And when shit goes fucking down, don't be a fucking vagina. Just fucking fire both of them right on the fucking spot.
The problem is leadership normally and should have like a council of people that fucking agree on something, not one person that it might as well be in fucking diapers because he can't do anything.
Well,
Like,
when it comes to that's you can do it works more in storyline than it does in real life.
well, yeah,
'Cause
if you're gonna have a boss,
now you have 4, 5, how many ever people fucking deciding your fate that.
but your council can't be the same people that are fucking wrestling.
Performing in the
Yeah.
ring.
Yeah,
That
they
is
all
true.
have to be
I
removed from the
agree with
product
that.
where there's no
agree
influence
with
of making a storyline for themselves. There's no you remove the ego from what they're doing. You remove them from what the product is, what's shown in the product. It's behind the
Yep.
scenes.
Yep.
That's the only way that it works. It's like it's I've seen a couple movies where the director stars in it, and they're almost all fucking horseshit.
Yes. Taika Waititi comes to mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Have fun, Star Wars.
You need a group of people that have a singular vision but are also not working for themselves. What they're working for is the product they're showing to you.
agreed.
I was fortunate when I was running indies, or my indie promotion way back when. There weren't a lot of egos, but there were some people in terms of like having to manage and like motivate them as far as what I were looking to get out of them. It was a fun process, but I was fortunate that way. It was relatively, for the most part, drama free, except for one little thing, but that was quickly addressed and taken care of. And yeah,
I feel like that like when you run into like multi-millionaires, because that's what AEW is dealing
it's
with.
a whole different.
That's
I
a
would say,
whole different fucking.
of course.
So John
pile of shit.
Moxley is your new AEW International Champion. He beat
He's
Horny
bleeding.
Goat tonight.
He's
Yeah, he's-
trash. I never want to see a match with him again. Is all I'm gonna
Who?
say. John Moxley.
Yeah.
I think he is a bad wrestler that is gimmick based because that's the only way he can get over.
Yeah.
He is willing to do like I think he looks up to like Mick Foley and Terry Funk, but he's worse than both,
No, his actual idol is Nick Gage.
which is terrible.
Agreed. But anyway,
Piece of crap.
he's trying to be this generation's Mick Foley, is what he's doing.
I do appreciate him from a locker room standpoint, as far as like kind of when I heard everything about the CM Punk shit happening last year, him and Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson stepped up and kind of like really did what they needed to do for the company at the time. So I give him props there.
Right. I can appreciate that.
But other than that, I agree
Work
with everybody.
ethic on that side of it.
But let me say this. I will say that John Moxley and CM Punk don't exactly get along either.
No, I'm pretty
yeah.
sure he hates him. But the thing is, I feel like John Moxley is like, I think he's like is kind of similar to CM Punk in certain ways, where it's not necessarily like he's going to fucking he'll play within the rule book, but he will hate it because he wants to do what he wants to do, and what he wants to do is bleed every second of the day.
Mhm.
So if a company doesn't allow him to like basically do his version of death matches or whatever, the CZW shit, that's where he belongs. He belongs in fucking weird indie death matches. He's just elevated so far, and he's got the training from WWE and he's got the training from AEW to be better, but he's not a good wrestler. He's a decent promo, but he's not a. I don't think he's not a champion in my mind. I'd never say Mick Foley was a champion either.
No.
And he doesn't have the same chops as Mick Foley did in terms of like character creation and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's just boring as shit. He bleeds all the time. That's the only exciting thing. And if you like that, then fucking go look at periods.
Right. Agreed. There isn't too much after that. Get on the show here.
I think we've covered everything.
Yeah, we've talked about everything under the sun.
I've reached a new plateau of state
Greatness.
of mind right now. So if I start to rattle off incoherently or have the last 5 minutes, guess why? Oh shit! Even just adjusting myself in the seat. Oh, this is gonna be a fun night. Anyway, what's up?
Yep.
I mean, there's nothing else. We're done for the
Alright.
night.
There was something that I wanted to rant about, but
Well, while you think of
it
that,
wasn't just CM Punk thing. But
while you think of it, I'm just gonna say Wednesday. Hopefully, we do something. I don't know what it might be. Then I'll be back with Elden Ring at some point this week. And Friday, we're back with HUGM, and that's the last show before the pay-per-view, right?
No.
Yes.
One.
yes,
I think
No,
it
it
is.
is.
I think it is.
This past week was
Heather's
the
like,
second.
oh no.
So you got one more weekly show,
Yeah.
and then it's Death Before Dethona.
It is. That looks like the face of, oh no. She's like, where's my notepad? Yeah, that, and then
now do you see why I did what I did?
I don't even know what you did.
Oh, speaking of that, I played Madden last night. It fixed itself. I told you it would. Now I can play it just fine again.
All right, so maybe
Until.
next Saturday coming up, JP will be back with Madden. I don't know if he's going
I
to be
will
playing
not.
as Chromie.
He's not going to be home.
I will not.
When are you
I will-
leaving?
Tuesday. I will be home Sunday.
Okay.
Sorry,
Also,
man.
No,
But
it's
that's
all good.
HGGM may be pushed to Saturday this week as well.
That's okay.
When I get
Okay.
back. Certain excursions.
Okay. Well, I'm good. I don't really give a shit.
Anyway, just subscribe, bitches, and then you'll keep in.
We'll be
notifications on.
Click the
fucking-
bell and you'll know when we go live, and that's all you
You'll
need to
click-
fucking know.
You'll click something.
Like that.
It might be my tittle towel. Anyway,
Tittle top.
What the
We'll be, I don't know what that is, but we'll be on 4 to 5 times in a week. That's usually how we operate. Anyways,
Yeah.
Tittle top.
Night, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and appreciate all your support.
good night, fuckheads.
Also, hit that like button. Nobody hits the like button. Nobody cares.
I'll do it.
I don't even get. I'll do it.